was the eve of the OLED, and all through the media, not a troll was stirring, not even Nvidia. The pre-orders were ready and printed with care, in hopes it was not canceled. We all had that fear. The adults were nestled all spooning in their bed, with visions of Switch and Metroid Dread. The alarm started buzzing and playing some J-Lo. I sprang to my closet, my podcast studio. I ran down the stairs like it was Christmas morning and drove to Best Buy like I was on Disney Soarin'. When what would my wandering eyes should I see? No lines, no tickets, just my Nintendo beauty. As I walked out the door, I whistled and shouted, I finally have a new Switch, for all those that doubted. Now dash away back to my house to plug this thing in because I'm feeling aroused. I spoke not a word and went straight to work, loaded my save data, and maybe a jerk. The glow of the screen was so bright and shiny, I threw up my feet and sat on my hiney. I laid and I played all day and all night. Happy OLED to all. It's a beautiful sight.
Shut up and sit down.
What is going on, dads? And welcome to episode 65 of the Dads After Dark Show, recorded on Monday, October 4th, 2021. We're your hosts, Drew and John, and Kevin, not the little yellow minion, but our friend Kevin from the Discord. And thank you for joining us tonight for some Nintendo and the Coos.
Holy cybernetic penises, Batman. It's the Dads After Dark. Let's go.
That's right. Kevin, thank you for joining us. Also known as Bob Cousy on the Discord. So we got to ask Bob Cousy. You know, we might, most of us might know what that means. Tell the listeners, Bob Cousy, where's it coming from?
I play basketball like an old white man. Two-handed layups, two-handed free throws, hook shots. I pass the ball. Always there for an assist. I'm always there to assist you guys. You guys are the best.
Ooh,
I
like
appreciate that. I like that. And John, buddy, I feel like we haven't recorded a podcast in ages.
We haven't recorded a podcast in ages. Well,
Well,
not us together, but can we talk about your intro there? That was amazing.
That was fantastic.
You know, I wanted, it's funny. I did the normal, it's Monday morning. I'm like, podcast day. I'm pumped. We got Kevin coming on. What does John have in line for us? Because I'm the most terrible co-host out there, and I looked the day of, and I realized the title of the episode John had written in there, right, was All OLED's Eve. And I'm like, damn it, that sounds like 'twas the night before Christmas. I gotta do a little poem, story, song. I don't know, what do you call it?
You did that today?
Oh yeah, I did it on my lunch break. I'll tell you what, it went a lot faster than I thought.
Break,
Lunch break,
yeah, sure. It was fun. I ran it by Amy. She approved it, and it was
I
fun.
swore you were going to announce your third child, and you were just happy. Maybe it was twins
God,
that were coming.
no. Happy?
And-
I'm not sure happy would have been the word I used.
I didn't know what it was going to be, but I was excited. You always get me hard, Drew.
I'm glad I could. That's my mission in life, to making male grown men hard. Maybe we could post that, John, on like TikTok or Twitter or.
That's got to go out there to the public.
Should I sit in like the recliner by the fireplace and record that? Maybe.
I mean, we could
do
do.
the bathrobe. If
I put it on TikTok, you usually want to put like a video on it. A picture would be bad. But if you have a fireplace,
I do.
Do you have a rocking chair?
No, I have a recliner. Yeah, well, recliner, I can make it rock. Sure.
Yeah.
So do you think you can just like for like a minute and a half just rock so I can have some B-roll and then I can put it against your audio?
I mean,
or unless you just want to read it again.
I'll read it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have Amy record it. I'll tell her no laughing. Tell the kids to go away. I got this.
Okay. All right.
Maybe some
all
like
right.
whiskey or bourbon.
You know,
with
we
a
need
cigar.
Yeah,
big
or
injection.
A pipe would be even better.
I don't have a pipe. I might be able to get one.
Yeah.
give some pregnant pauses and really age it out. All right, we're here.
We're here.
How have you guys been? I've missed you guys. It seems like it's forever.
It has been forever.
It has been forever.
Where have you been, Kevin?
Yeah, where have you been our whole life?
Ooh, I've been waiting on you just silently in the dark.
I don't want to know what people are doing while they listen to our show.
You know, it's Dad's After Dark, but true fans listen to it the morning it comes out. So it's really, when you say, good night, Dads, I'm waking up.
Yeah, we should change that.
We should say it. You know, like, good morning, Wood.
Good morning. We do that? All right, we'll start that. Good morning, Wood.
Maybe you say good night, and I'll say good morning, just in case.
Smooth. All right, we'll coordinate that. We'll do that after the second Manscaped read.
The second Manscaped read. So what else? What have you been up to, John? Anything? Or?
I have no son. I think I mentioned this last time. Cedric went away on his camping trip. He left yesterday morning at 7 a.m. and he is gone until not this Saturday, but next Saturday. So 13 days without my kid.
Can we call a timeout of that? Is that like a Colorado thing? I mean, I've never heard of just like shipping my kid off for 2 weeks.
I have
that
not either.
Blows my mind.
Like military school.
Especially in this world. Like, fuck that.
This school they're in, they do camping trips. So he's been gone for 2 or 3 nights at a time. But this is way beyond anything. I was tearing up. I will be honest. I started tearing up on the drive. And you know what really got to me was that he's going to be a different kid when he comes back. You go on a 2-week camping trip with 26 other kids. He's going to Washington. No devices, no video games. He didn't even bring like a book or anything like that. You just have each other. He's going to come back like a changed kid. And maybe it's like, I was just sad. It's like, this is the last. He might need it. He does have some like fuzz on his.
On his lip, plow.
Yeah. When I was young, I went to Boy Scout camp, but it was just 1 week. But I feel like I came back a new person.
A little extra little hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After a little hanging out with the boys. I mean, it does change you. 2 weeks though. That's a long time for that age.
I know.
Is this just boys?
No.
Oh.
Ooh.
All right, calm down, guys.
It's a little better than my Boy Scout camp.
sounds after dark.
Yeah, it does.
He's 14 years old. He's a freshman in high school, but he's still
John, think about what you were doing as a freshman. That's all I need to say.
I didn't go on my first date until my second year of college.
Listen. No one said you
that's
a
fluke.
Date. You can still bang shits without going on dates.
It took me longer for the bang chicks part. No, actually, the first girl I dated. Okay. What we're going off. Anyway, I'm gonna miss Cedric. He's not gonna be the same sweet kid, and I'm gonna miss him, and he's never coming back. And so that got me very emotional
like
and sad.
Special. It does.
Yeah.
Never coming back. Choice words from father.
Even when he comes back, he won't be coming back. That's it. He's gone. That kid is gone.
That is. I mean, the kids change like that in 2 weeks. You just don't notice it because you're there.
That's fair.
I don't know.
So because you're not there, you're going to see him 2 weeks later in his life and say, wow, you're a different person.
No.
But if you saw him every day for the next 2 weeks, he would change the same.
No.
You'd see it slowly. It's like my wife saying, am I fat? And I'm like, no, you're not. Because I see you every day. But I mean, I'm sure she's gained a few pounds since we first got married, you know?
Wow.
That's just what you say.
She lets you borrow her laptop, and that's what you say.
Wow, man, you're just gonna throw me under the bus like that. Hey, I tried on the PS5. That's when the Twitter link thing. I was trying to.
Imagine that. That would have been a wonderful thing on a Nintendo podcast.
You know what's gonna happen, Drew, is she's gonna say tomorrow, "Oh, I want to hear your podcast," and you're gonna remember your joke and go, "You know what? They threw it away. It
didn't work. I used your laptop and it did not work.
It didn't work." Oh boy!
All right, what do you got going on, Kevin?
I just got a brand new fancy phone.
Ooh.
And I'm still trying to figure it out. But I had a phone question for you guys, or issue.
Okay.
So every year, my brother and I go to with a couple buddies of ours, we go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame induction in Canton, Ohio.
Oh,
Okay.
It's fun. It's a guys' trip. We go out, get hammered, do dumb things.
Come back 2 weeks later, a little fatter.
Exactly. So this year we go, have a good time, leave the ceremony, go to some little dive bar. Guy Fieri shows up. I try to buy him shots. He won't take them. I almost fight him. So then
you said, well, time out. You just threw a lot in that in one sentence there.
That was 8 topics in one sentence.
Bar, shots, Guy Fieri.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not the point of this story.
Okay.
So I'm hammered, and we try to get an Uber and a Lyft. They're not coming at this point in the night to the dive bar in this part of town that we're at. My brother talks to the bouncer. The bouncer gets one of his buddies to come give us a ride back to our hotel. We all load up in his buddy's car, get to the hotel. We play touch football in the Target parking lot at 3 o'clock in the morning. Wake up the next day. My brother's like, my phone is gone. Like, okay, use your find my phone or whatever. He's anti-Apple. Won't have anything to do with Apple, so he's got an Android. And he's like, no, you don't understand. I don't have a lock on it. I don't have a passcode, any kind of lock on it.
Oh, my God.
So then he sees his account that somebody's trying to access all his bank accounts and spend money on his phone. He's cussing up a storm. My brother cusses like a sailor. So I'm like, why don't you have a code on your phone? He said, my wife won't let me. I'm like, she thinks that they will forget the passcode. This is what he says. They'll forget the passcode so they won't be able to unlock their phone. So there's no codes allowed. But you guys know, as well as I know, she just wants to access his phone without him putting a code in, right?
Right, yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly.
Is it fair?
But I have a code on my
Fair
phone,
point.
but I'll still unlock it for my wife to. I'm not hiding anything, you know?
Yeah.
Why can't he do that?
Well, you're asking the wrong guy, Kevin, because I don't have a passcode on my phone.
You gotta get what in the world, man?
Seems like a lot of effort. I'm on and off my phone all day. That's like an extra 3 seconds every time you go on your phone.
Wait. Do you have an Android as well?
No, I'm an Apple guy.
Okay, but you can use like Face ID.
Face ID.
Nah, I can't do that at work. I don't want to get fired.
What are you talking about?
It unlocks with the look of your face.
Can't use the camera.
Okay.
It's not
Use
even
the
the camera.
Do you have an Apple Watch?
No, I do not.
Because it can unlock through your watch without the camera.
That's fair.
Still, no code, man.
No code.
If you were to lose your phone,
I'm
you're
fucked.
fucked.
I'm fucked. No, yeah, fact.
What do you think, John?
Oh my God. I mean, like, you can get a phone with like the Touch ID. I
still can't believe we blew off the rest of this story to talk about passcodes.
Look,
I mean,
Guy
touch
Fieri
football.
did not want the shots.
Guy Fieri, touch football. The bouncer's brother acted as your Uber driver. I mean,
my brother left his phone in that guy's car. That's what happened. And then that shady guy. Yeah.
Oh. Did he? Did you pay that? Did you have to pay the brother? Was he acting as Uber for you, or did he just?
He was free. It was a free ride. I don't know. I was hammered.
Yeah, you probably paid him $100.
I almost fought a celebrity, which come to find out later, apparently you're not supposed to buy celebrities drinks.
Yeah, you might spike him. I wouldn't drink it.
But I was standing right beside him when I bought him.
Oh, did you bring him? Did you bring it to him, or you ordered it?
I was standing beside him, ordered 2 shots, and I was like, "Here, take this shot with me."
Oh,
like,
I see.
When's the next time I'm gonna have a shot with Guy Fieri?
Yeah, no, he's not going to drink those if you touched it.
Like I would give my good drugs to him. Why would I roofie him when I could take those myself?
He doesn't need your good drugs.
I know, man. That's
he heard about the touch football.
I got a picture. I'll have to send it to you guys. I have a picture of me with him, and I'm flipping him off.
Does he look like he's enjoying the picture, or is it sort of like?
No, he looks like he's just caught halfway in the middle of.
I mean, think about it from his side of the fence. Can you blame him?
No, and in retrospect, I see, but I had way too much to drink, and I was not having it. I was like, "You fucker, why aren't you taking these shots? I paid good money for you." You know.
So then you got double the shots.
I did. I took them both.
That's fair.
So it wasn't a lose-lose. It was a lose-win. But at the same time, now I know. Yes, in retrospect, if I was him, I would have said no too.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh! All right, what's your story, Drew? Do you?
Well, shit. I mean,
Did you run over any other frogs?
I mean, that's just weekly. Yeah, I saw snake and frogs this week. I mean, it's not even that's.
Wait,
snake. That's
Snake.
a new one. Wait,
anybody?
I'm going to speak for Ubicel here. They're not frogs. They're toads.
Are they?
Yes.
It is not slime. It is mucus.
I saw the picture. Those are toads. He posted it on Discord.
Oh, no,
everybody
that was a toad. I have frogs as well. I'll show you both. I have a lot of species.
Yeah, if you have a pool, you have frogs.
Yeah.
Anyways, tell me about the snake.
A very small snake. Not much to it. It crawled out of the grass and it was in my driveway, so I stepped on it.
Oh God!
What?
Like a bug?
I mean, yeah, like putting out a cigarette right on the head.
I don't think I've ever heard of just someone stepping on a snake to kill it.
Why?
I don't. What do you mean? Why would
Snakes
I want
aren't bad?
They're not great.
They keep rodents away and other pests.
This wasn't keeping anything away. It was a little puny piece of shit. Listen, I'm not going to top your story about your man going on a walkabout, become a man. Kevin meeting a celebrity and playing touch football at 3 a.m. at Target. I don't got that. I mean, I went and saw the Addams Family 2 yesterday, and it was okay. It wasn't great. Not impressed. I had a kid's birthday party on Saturday, and I refereed a hockey game on Friday. I mean, that's it.
That's
uneventful.
Awesome. That's
a good life.
That's the dad life right there.
That's the dad life.
All right, so was anybody doing their last mow? Because this is the time of year when you do your last mow,
No,
and I am so excited.
Once you always say it's your last mow, but then I feel like I always get 2 or 3 more out of it. I have to wait till all the leaves fall, and then I'll do a last mow.
I mowed today, and I'm like, this is not going to be the last one. I will mow next Saturday, but is that the last one?
Might be.
I turned my sprinklers off. I turned my sprinklers off, John.
Ooh, I didn't do that yet.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that.
Do you guys lower the blade towards the fall to do a nice lower cut? That way the leaves blow through your yard into the neighbor's yard. That's the key.
That's a very good fact there, but I don't do it because of that. I do it because I'm not going to mow it for another 6 months, so I might as well get it as short as I can. But the leaves, yes.
So growing up, I had this neighbor. She was a little bitch, and she used to cut her grass.
Wait. How old were you?
I don't know. I was a teenager.
Okay. Jeez.
She was a grown woman. But she would cut the grass, and then she would put up this little fence around her yard because she didn't want other people's leaves to blow into her yard after she cut the grass.
That is
kind of genius, but kind of bitchy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Is it? I mean, she's just guarding her lawn. So you savagely murdered a snake and you're attacking her for putting a fence up?
You did kill a defenseless animal.
My property, my rules. Shouldn't have been standing there.
So wait, she should do a poll. Like, okay, what is the worst neighborly act? Killing a snake or keeping leaves out of a yard? Oh, Drew.
Or cutting it short.
So this is Drew's last episode as co-host. He has been snake-tooed. I don't know what we want to call it.
No, I mean, I definitely... The worst when you're cutting the grass and you see the frog hopping and it's like going over it, but you can't see it. It was in the lawn part of the grass. So you're going, I'm like, I wonder if it was this row or one over. And then you're like, yep, it was this row.
Yeah. See, all mine hide on the edge. So when I go around the edge, they hop off into the rocks.
You have frogs too?
I have toads.
You have toads?
What is the
difference? 2 months ago, we had a ton of toads. I took my daughters out at dusk. We caught 35 toads.
God bless.
Did you move to like lakefront?
No.
How do you have toads? It's Colorado.
I don't know. I think it's because I water my grass too much.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I sent them some in the mail.
My grass is beautiful.
It's all about having nice grass.
That's right. I pay for it though.
The
toads love it.
The toads. Maybe that's my problem. I have nice grass too.
That's it.
Toads
you dry it out.
Kill it.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You gotta have nice grass.
Well, all right, guys.
Let's do it.
This has been fun. Let's talk about what we've been playing. Which episode of this Zencaster are we on? 3 or 4? I still forget that I have to hit the buttons now.
You have one.
Number 4.
This job.
It's number 4.
Kevin, since you are our guest, you will go last. Drew, what have you been playing? No, I'm kidding. Kevin.
I'm not kidding. I love that idea.
I do too, actually.
Kevin, what have you been playing this week?
You know how you sometimes go through those gaming slumps and you just don't want to play video games?
What a terrible week to do on a podcast, if that's what you're talking about.
I'm in the opposite of that, and I've been playing way too many video games.
You knew you were coming on a podcast, and I want to be ready.
That's right. I've got a list here. I finished Golf Club Wasteland.
Ooh.
That game looked terrible. Please tell me otherwise.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I figured. I know my golf games. I don't have to play them. I just know them.
It's kind of like
Stickman
Angry
golf?
Birds. Angry Birds meets golf. So you just aim and hit the ball.
Sounds terrible.
Story's lame. The graphics are good. Music's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Not worth it. I played a little Cruise and Blast.
Yeah, Cruise. How good is that fucking theme song? John, can we play that now?
Just crank it in right now.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. That's not it.
No, it's good. I haven't unlocked all the cards like you have, Drew.
Yeah.
I want to do that. So, but that game's super fun. John, you gonna play it?
I might actually pick it up physically. I see it's popping up at Best Buy again. I don't usually play the car racing games. What do you guys do? Like when you're like just racing, you're just trying to unlock stuff. What is your motivation to do races?
So there's a bunch of things. They have the circuits, which are just like Mario Kart, right? You have a circuit that's 4 races, and you gotta finish in first place to the gold medal, right? So usually you gotta finish first in like 3 of them. And then there's 3 keys in every level. The more keys you get, the more cars you unlock. And then each car also levels up to level 5. And so the more you use it, the more experience points you get. And as it levels up, it unlocks like neon lights or an engine or decal of some sort.
So you're just do you like play the same cup over and over and over again, or do you go between them all? Like, what is the usual
There's actually
flow?
a lot of tracks, right, Kevin? I mean, there's quite a few levels.
Tracks. Yeah.
There's probably,
and I think Drew's talked about this game before, but having that Mario, I've got the Mario Kart Pro wheel with the pedals all locked up in front of a big screen TV. It feels like I'm playing in the arcade. Plus, multiplayer is amazing. It's a fun time. It's fun. I've heard you guys talk before about racing games. Man, they're kind of hit or miss now. We used to love those in the arcade. Loved Mario Kart back in the day, but now it's kind of to the wayside. But this brings back that arcade feel that we loved back in the day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100% agree.
Is it 60 frames per second with ray tracing?
Oh, get out of here!
No, you'll occasionally like
When's
jump
it coming
through
to
the
Game
bottom.
Pass?
You'll definitely occasionally jump through like the bottom of this map and float around for a minute and come back on.
It'll glitch. It'll glitch. But it's fun. That's what games are all about, having fun. This is a fun game.
That's true.
I'll tell you what, it was the perfect length. I think it was like 15 hours. I did 100% everything. I locked every single car, every key, every gold medal. It was good. I was starting to get a little tired of it. But perfect.
Yeah.
It was a fun game.
I could see that. I could see it getting a little old if you try to unlock everything. But playing it sporadically just to play it, that's what I've been doing.
Yep.
I've played a little bit of WarioWare for our monthly Mayhem, which I'm sure you'll talk about later. I will never play that game again.
Yep, I second that.
Still checking in with Animal Crossing and my weekly Mario Kart game with my family.
We should be hearing
Animal Crossing.
I know, right?
God bless you.
Just like once a week, I just check in, make sure nobody's dead.
Can they die?
I don't know.
That'd be fantastic.
But you know, when you do check back in and you start seeing the weeds, like those weeds are an amazing game mechanic, because if you go a couple months, and I've done this a few times with this game, and then you see a bunch of weeds, you're like, you instinctively pull it because you're a dad, right? And you're just like, I'm going to pull the weed. And then you end up going across your whole map, cleaning up the weeds and talking to the neighbors that are angry at you and sort of get yourself back to normalcy. And then you put it down and you don't play it again for whatever number of months until the next update.
Yeah.
Why is it that as dads, as video gamers, we want to pull the weeds in Animal Crossing, but yet we don't even want to pull the fucking weeds at our own house?
I pull my weeds, man.
I do, but you don't want to do it.
No, you don't want to.
Well, I don't
want to pull the weeds in Animal Crossing either, except for I can sell them. I can't sell the ones from my house. If I had a little gopher out here offering me $20 per weed, I'd be out here like a weed pulling maniac.
You bet your ass. I'd be pulling the weeds out of the woods.
So I've also tried out Deathloop on PS5.
Oh, you're a cheater as well, I see.
Oh, I didn't know that was on PS5. Interesting.
Yeah, it's super fun. Couple glitches. It's definitely worth it. I'm usually not a first-person shooter kind of guy, but this drew me in. Like I'm only in 2 or 3 hours, but I'm loving it so far.
Oh, you're Deathloop. I thought you were talking about Loop Hero. Sorry.
No, Deathloop. Yeah.
Okay, I've heard it's really good.
It is. It's good.
Okay.
Tried out Psychonauts 2 on Game Pass, which is not free. I pay $15 a month for that.
You are a good lad.
I tricked my wife into paying for it, so technically it is free.
How do you trick your wife into paying?
I just put it on her credit card and said,
"Oh, I see."
Yeah,
her work. Is it her work card?
Probably her work laptop, her work credit card. Yeah, milking it, baby, milking it.
I've got
Psychonauts
my last
2
month.
though, 3D platformer, good game. I never played Psychonauts 1. It's fun so far. Only a couple hours in, but yeah. Did you try it, John?
I downloaded it. I also haven't played 1, and I have no interest in playing 1 because it looks really old and it was on like original Xbox. I've heard some things that the game is like kind of drags, but I have it downloaded. I might play it.
It's pretty.
Yeah,
it's fun. I played Poker Pretty Girls Battle Texas Hold'em.
That's what I'm talking about.
Just because you suggested it on this here podcast, I bought that game.
Did they show any boobies?
No.
Did it show boobies?
I'm only halfway through because the AI on that game is terrible. They'll call anything. No, you start out 4 players to a table. You knock the first 2 out, and then it's heads up. But then it's like back and forth, and I'll raise, and then they'll win, and then I'll win, and it takes forever. It's a bunch of anime chicks with big boobies, scantily clad. It's not a good poker game. But
did Jesse play this? Because this would totally be a Jesse game.
He said he played the first one. Apparently, there was a first one.
I probably could have told you it wasn't going to be a good game.
You guys don't need to suggest these titty games on here because none of them have ever been good. I just keep buying them because y'all tell me to.
Did you see that there is a sequel to Waifu Uncovered?
I did not see that.
Is that the one you played that's like a shooter game, like a spaceship shooter?
I did a whole review on it on YouTube.
I know. You used to send me the daily nudie screenshot. I loved it. It was like I didn't have to play the game to do the work. I just got the pitch of the day.
That's perfect. That's what you need.
And every time you play a level,
John,
you get excited like every level. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. Even though you've played that level multiple times. But yeah, that game I still could never get past the final boss. I've never seen the final girl.
I was disappointed I didn't see that. You used to send me the before and after picture every day. I was like, "Yup, can't wait to see the result." I was like, "Yeah, not what I expected."
So did I tell you we had it was like 4 or 5 months ago. We had company over. My wife's family came over, and every time my brother-in-law comes over, he's like my age. He'll come into my game room and look around, and then we'll like play something on the Switch or Xbox. So he was looking at my Switch Lite and just going through all the games, and I didn't think about it. And he comes across Waifu Uncovered, and he's like, "What's this game?" And I'm like, that moment of like, "Oh shit!" Like like I'm a creep. Like he's gonna think this is like a total secret, and like I don't know how much Michelle knows about this game or not. Not like I sat there and said, "Look what I'm playing," and I had to explain to him that like I bought it to just play through it because I host a podcast.
Yeah, okay. Tell yourself
Sure.
that. Yeah, tell yourself that.
It's like, oh,
Quotes.
please don't play it. Please don't play it right now. So what else? Did you
Last
play
two
anything else?
games. I saved these guys. I
God
saved
bless
these
you.
games for you guys.
You are
Last two
incredible,
games
Kevin.
here.
You
Yeah.
are
You're
incredible.
unstoppable.
It's better than me. Why am I
bailing them
here?
out.
I don't know, Drew.
I played through Sayonara Wild Hearts
Oh,
And-
no.
and Ages of Mages.
This, folks, I
Wait.
time out. You
I
held
played
this
them
in.
both. I
You
played
held
them
this in
both.
for 2 weeks without telling.
Yes.
This answers the question that everyone has always been asking. Kevin, John,
Literally,
there's
nobody has asked this.
everybody has been asking this question. I cannot wait for these results.
Which was better, Kevin? Kevin,
They-
reminder, I live closer to you.
Kevin, I'm a better friend, and we never met.
It's so weird is that Ages of Mages is not good.
But it's not
Yes.
bad.
It's got a bad story. It's got bad graphics. It's got bad controls. It's got bad gameplay. But I can't stop playing it, man.
Oh my
told
god.
I told you.
I just want to keep going. That game is terrible, and I just want
You know
to
what it
play
is?
it more.
It's that
Oh my
skill
God.
tree. You want to know what skill you're unlocking next and how much shittier can it get?
Sayonara Wild Hearts. Full disclosure here, it was like a midnight, and I drank probably a 12-pack, and I popped that thing in.
That's
So
what you
it
said.
was probably not the best time to play that, but beautiful, great game, good music,
Oh.
fantastic gameplay. But I will never play that game again.
Thank you. But Ages of Mages, you will play again.
Like, I will keep playing Ages of Mages. Sayonara Wild Hearts is a great game. I will not pick that back up.
So
Ages of Mages, terrible, but I will keep playing.
let's summarize now. So Ages of Mages is like the 400-pound woman that
Mhm.
can't climax, and you've spent 4 hours.
But she gives an
And-
amazing blowjob.
No.
Oh,
But
okay.
then Sayonara Wild Hearts is like Anna Kendrick, and you only lasted 30 seconds,
Mm-hmm.
but you're probably never going to have that opportunity again. That's what we're talking about here.
No, I can still pop that game in and do it again. I can still go for gold or wild mode, but no, it was. I
It's
respect.
a short experience.
I've come to realize that John likes weird games, Drew likes cheap games, and I like
true.
fun games.
He
I like-
is. Drew will do that. You guys don't even realize how many times Drew writes me in a day when he
This
says
is
he
true.
needs a game.
Guilty.
And instead of like going, oh, what's a good game that's out there I haven't played yet? He'll like go on eShop and find the cheapest fucking game that he can
Listen,
find and go,
time
how
out.
does this look? And it's like,
Or-
it looks like garbage, Drew. It's 99 cents.
It's a mobile
First of all,
port.
Ages
It's
of
a
Mages
mobile
was
port for $1.
Ages of Mages was not cheap. It was like $15.
I paid
I-
eight something for it, and
That's
I
not
think
bad.
you owe me $8.
Oh, stop. Pine was like $25. Okay, that's
You were
Kevin's
set
next
on
game.
that. You were set on that for like months before it came
Oh my
out.
god, I was ecstatic about that game. So if you had to pick, I'm going to do it to you.
Can I say neither?
No,
I
you
don't know.
can't.
You have to pick one. Have to.
I'd pick Wild Hearts.
Woo!
Sorry, Drew. I love you, but
I get it. It's more polished. I get it.
Games as art.
But it's not fun.
It's very fun, actually.
It's not fun.
I think we need a sober review from Kevin next time. I think he has to have to play through it.
yeah.
Listen, the tribe
Well,
is
how many
spoken.
stories are we getting from Kevin where he's drank way too much? I'm starting to get a little
Yeah.
concerned here.
That seems to be a common theme there.
Maybe he didn't drink enough when he played Ages of Mages.
That's right. You know what? I think I was sober that night.
You need to try having a 12-pack and playing that.
Yes.
Try the Green Wizard. I used him the second playthrough. That's right, John. I played the game twice. A lot better.
I picked the Blue Wizard to start out
Is
with.
that the lightning or the ice?
Ice.
Wow.
I did
Blue.
lightning first.
Okay.
Blue Wizard. Green Wizard.
What a fucking game. I can't wait for the sequel.
Good
that's it for me. I wanted to do that for you guys.
You just played 25% of the Switch library. John?
Yeah, I'll make this quick. I was playing Slay the Spire again. The bug hit me. I had been stuck on Ironclad Ascension level 4 for 3 months, and I finally freaking did it. I finally did it, and I think I wrote you. I was so excited because I had tried 38 times in a row and lost.
How did you know that?
Because I looked it up in the history. Yeah, you can look at the history. And I finally freaking did it. And I was super excited because I wanted to get to Ascension 5 before I moved on to the next character. I was trying to do all 5 and then move on, like linearly. So I finally got to use a new freaking character. It was so great. My first run, I unlocked the 3rd character. It was like, wow, progression. And then you know how you get the experience points and you can get newer cards? Once you get to like level 5, it doesn't do it anymore. It was like I hadn't seen that screen in so long. I was so excited. Like there was finally a reason to lose. Like I actually, when I would lose, I was still unlocking stuff.
I like the second character, the Silent. The problem with that one is the bosses are actually easier. It's the regular characters that are harder.
Yeah, because you need that poison to sort of like rattle up
the poison.
Yeah, there's like a poison strategy and a shiv strategy, and man, like I've gotten a couple times where the shiv strategy where I'm just like shivs are like the free attacks, and then you can like boost them up, and then you can make more shivs. It's like a constant mess, and it's glorious. So I think I'm up to Ascension level 3 already, but I kind of stopped again. So we'll come back to it. And then this week, for whatever freaking reason, I decided to play through Metroid Zero Mission again.
Why?
I kind of wanted to play through all the 2D games before Dread, but I never did. But I wanted to play through Zero Mission. It's my favorite one, and I know they're very short. Fusion is short, Zero Mission short. I knew I wasn't going to play Samus Returns again on the 3DS, but I decided to just play Zero Mission, and I enjoyed it.
How did that feel? You took a picture, that was on Twitter, of you holding the GBA. It looked like tiny. How'd that feel after holding a Switch for all these years?
It's a little weirder. It wasn't too bad. I've played my GBA a bunch. It's a little smaller. The thing that's weird is like I'm used to when I play a game that I'm on a network and I can see what other people are playing and they can see what I'm playing, and all I think of is nobody knows I'm playing Zero Mission, so I need to tweet
cares.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Why won't you play Samus Returns again?
No, I will. I won't do it before Dread. But like, yeah, when I started playing Zero Mission, I'm like, can I play through all these games in a week? But it just took me like 3 days or so to get through Zero Mission. So Fusion is only like 5 hours or something like that. It's not very long, Fusion. Samus Returns was like 10 to 15 hours. So probably too long. So, and then Super Metroid, I actually really don't enjoy. But
really?
I
that's
might
like
actually
a fan favorite.
I know. I get lost. I got lost in Zero Mission. I almost just quit on that too. The thing is, in like Metroid, they made things very hidden. Like finding all the energy tanks and finding all the missile expansions. Like it can be really hard to find all that stuff. In a lot of games with completion, I usually like to do completion when you get like a radar or some kind of hint as to where the thing is.
Right.
And in this game, you never get that. So it's like, I mean, I could look it up, but that's not really fun to me. So I've never tried to 100% a Metroid game. So I'm really looking forward to Dread, but yeah, the older games, I don't know.
That was an ambitious quest there that you went on. I don't think I could do that. I've never played through an entire Metroid game.
You get stuck, right? Like, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Like you get stuck and you're just like, I'm good. Yeah, no, I got stuck and you just kind of wander around. It's never terrible to get lost in a game because you'll always find upgrades while you're looking for where to go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was only one time I got really stuck and that was it. But it's the best Metroid game. It's so good. I wanted, so switching over to Xbox, Gears Tactics, Drew. I've been wanting to talk to you about Gears Tactics.
Yes, you've been talking about it
week.
quite a bit, but I still don't really know what I'm gonna have to look this up.
So I'm a strategy tactics fan, which is weird because the genre is tactics and strategy, but those are like almost like opposite things. So Gears Tactics is on Game Pass. It's based on the Gears of War series. And I think this is the only tactics game in the series. It's usually like, I think, a third or first person shooter. I've never played a Gears game before, but hey, it was free on Game Pass. So
it wasn't free. It was not free.
And I paid $10 a month.
I get that EA thing.
So Gears Tactics. So I have tried 5 times or so to play XCOM, and I don't last long before I quit. And I have bought the freaking game 4 times because I'm like, I should love this game. And I just realized I just don't like it. And so I tried Gears Tactics and I immediately loved it. And I now know why. And Gears Tactics is very much like XCOM. It's that same Mario and Rabbids style. There's like Overwatch where you want to like, do attacks in between your turns. It's very similar to XCOM. But boy, is it so much easier to play. And the thing about XCOM I've learned too is that I feel like it's designed for a PC. It's designed for a keyboard and mouse. And then like they put it on a console and it feels weird. There's a lot of UI stuff. There's a lot of research you have to do. There's so many extra parts besides the battling in XCOM. But yeah, like Gears Tactics is so much more fun. Had a blast with it.
That's awesome.
So you beat it. Done?
No, I'm close to the end. But here's the problem with Gears Tactics. As much as I love it, it has run way too long. And this is what I've been screaming at you about. It is running way too long. There is only a few different kinds of missions in this game. So they break the game up into 3 acts, and each act has like 6 or 8 chapters. And all of your levels, all of your missions, there's like 3 different kinds. There are the torture pods where you have to rescue 2 people from these torture pods. And then there's a mission where you have to get through a gate and then you have to kill everybody. And then there's one where these bombs are following you and you have to pick up like weapon cases, weapon crates as you run to the end. That's it. And they just keep doing the same one. The levels are a little different. I don't know if they're randomized or not. I don't think they are. And it's just the same thing. So you are doing chapter after chapter after chapter where it's like, hey, you need to go find some crates. They find some different way to say it every time. Oh, you need some new supplies. Hey, you heard there's some supplies here, but it's just the same thing over and over again. And then just to make it more annoying, sometimes when there's a chapter, there's just one mission, but sometimes they give you side missions and they'll show like a bunch of missions and you have to pick 2 or 3 of them. And you have to do those missions. And then when you finish those missions, side missions, then you do the main mission. The problem is the side missions are exactly the same thing as the main mission. So when you get side missions, the only thing of value is you might be able to level up some of your guys by like, you can, because you have different troops you add to your troop levels. But my gosh, it's the same stuff. There's nothing side about them. You're doing the exact same thing.
Are they optional or they made you do them?
They're non-optional at all. They're just, it's the same
for
thing.
The main mission though. Can you just, if you play those side missions, then you can just roll right through the main mission because you're already used to it?
Well, sometimes the side mission's harder because they'll do these little mods on the mission. So like one time they said you can't use Overwatch, which was by far the hardest mission in the game. You had to like shoot people on purpose. You couldn't just like do the guarding Overwatch thing. But like I'm on the second to last. So right now I am on the last mission because I looked it up how many acts there were in the game. There's 22. I'm on the 22nd act of the game. But of course the side missions has come up. So I have to do 3 side missions and then I have to do what I think is going to be the final boss. But the second to last act in the game was probably the easiest level. It was, again, the same thing, but it was no harder or easier than stuff from Act 1.
Wow.
So it's just like, it's the worst kind of game lengthening I've ever seen. It's worse than Skyward Sword. And like, I was bored of this midway through Act 2. And I actually thought, let me just finish Act 2, and then I'll finish Act 2, and then I'll just put it away. Maybe if I come back down the road, I'll start the new act.
Yeah, you made it 20 more acts.
Yeah, I beat the final boss in Act 2, and now I'm in Act 3. It's like, and now I'm like, I got to finish this game. So
that's a finish.
You don't have to finish those games, John.
I have to. I paid for it.
If you don't have fun, you did pay for it, so
John,
it wasn't free. There's your admission.
You admitted it.
You admitted it.
I was getting his goat. No, but yeah, like I feel like I played a lot of these games where they start off really fun. This is why you really have to play a game to completion to give a good review. There are so many games I hear people talk about, like, this game's really fun because they played 30 minutes of it. It's like, keep going. Right. I saw on what was it on the podcast? The guy who was on the Nintendo Dads this week, Philip, was it Philip? Was it? Said he was enjoying Good Job on the Switch. And the same thing went through my head. I was like, keep playing and see how much you like this game. Because it's like, that game really got old. So yeah, I really enjoyed Gears Tactics. I'm going to finish it, which is more than I can say about XCOM.
Can I ask you a real question?
Yes.
If they made Ages of Mages Tactics, would you play it?
That's not a real question.
Yeah.
That's an absolutely real
not
question.
a good question. If it was on Game Pass, maybe. Maybe?
All right, I'll take maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Put it this way, Kevin rated Ages of Mages worse than what you said your least favorite game of the year was.
Yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Drew.
Doesn't understand art when he sees it.
And by the way, the story on Gears Tactics is really bland because you're doing the same thing over and over again, and they're trying to build a story around that. It's horrible. Last one I will say real quick. I played the Life is Strange True Colors DLC called
there's
Wavelengths.
Your free space, kids. For those of you playing bingo at home, there's your free space.
Yeah.
I got this one done in a day. I think it's like a 2.5 hour episode. It follows the one of the side characters, Steph, through 4 seasons of running the record store. These little side episodes are usually not like the best in terms of gameplay. They're more about like tying storylines together. Yeah. Gameplay? Like the Life is Strange games have some level of gameplay generally. Not a lot, but like there's gameplay involved. The side stories will connect these games to other games. And so this one connected True Colors to Before the Storm. And it was awesome. It wasn't my favorite of the side DLC episodes. But it was great. And the ending of it was really cool because they tied it right to the beginning of the main game.
Did you shed a tear, John?
I did not cry during this one. But
Have
the
you
ending
ever
was
played
awesome.
Life is Strange, Drew?
No.
He would hate it. I don't even want him to.
Are you a Life
You
is
can't
Strange
cast
guy?
shade on a game that you haven't played.
Are you a fan?
No, I played it. I don't like it.
Which one did you play? The first one?
I played the first one on PlayStation 3 or 4 or whatever.
It's not for everybody. I readily
on
admit
PlayStation now on PS4, I think.
You can't even say you played it. I mean, it's not really a playable game, right? I mean,
no, it's just you just pick and choose your decisions and watch the story. It's like an interactive movie.
Yeah,
exactly. The first game is the most different from that though, because you have the time mechanic, and there's a lot you can do with it. But yeah, it's a game where you can just enjoy the story. Like I've never seen a game where you're just like, let me go look around at the bench and like find stuff and just hear the character talk. It's not for everyone though. Like Sayonara Wild Hearts is a game that everybody should love except Drew because he's heartless. But Life is Strange is not for everyone. I don't even want Drew to play it. He wouldn't like it. It would just
he wouldn't.
I want you to play Ages of Mages, John. I want you to.
I still, it's not happening. Never happening.
Still haven't played Mana Spark.
I know. I own that one. So like at any given moment, I could pick up my Switch Lite right now.
You guys talk about that every episode.
That's a fun game. That one's better than Ages of Mages from a game.
Just play it, John.
He owns it. He bought it for $1.99.
Right.
There's always something though. I had to write Nintendo to get a refund for that game.
Why?
No, because remember I bought it and then went to buy the DLC, but the completed version actually was cheaper, and so I wanted a refund for the base game that I had bought. So I got like a $2 refund. It was great.
That's cool that they refunded you.
That's a terrible DLC.
Second refund.
The way they did that anyway. They just added a 5th level, so you have to beat the whole game again to see the DLC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, that's why I haven't played it.
No, I mean, it has no impact on you. 0. You didn't beat the game and then have to play it again.
All right, Drew, tell us what you've been playing.
Okay. Cruising, as we talked about, Cruising Bass, 100% completed.
That's awesome.
A lot of fun. I mean, there's some crazy cars that you can unlock. I mean, there's animals you can unlock. I mean, I won't even get into it. I mean, you can unlock a shark, a hammerhead shark you can literally race with. It's just
how does that work?
I knew about the unicorn. I didn't know about the shark.
Hammerhead shark. Yep. That comes after the unicorn.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I guess I won't say any more after that then. But lots of fun stuff. But John, what I'm going to tell you about, I think I told you this in the past, and I want you to play this. And I'm going to cheat a little bit here because this is a mobile game.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Pirate Outlaws.
Hold on, guys. I got to go take a shit. I'll be right back.
Listen to me. This is an
exact... with the worst names, too. Ages of Mages and Pirate Outlaws.
Pirate Outlaws. It is... I've put like 25 hours into this game. It is an exact replica. Exact. Of Slay the Spire.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
It is pretty much Slay the Spire with pirates. And the problem is they do wrap you in with a little bit of like, if you want to buy stuff, you can, you don't have to, but there's like too many characters you can buy and a lot. Just stay with the basic, a lot of fun. There's a lot of content to do that is Pirate Outlaws, John. Just take a look at it for me. That's all I'm asking.
Why would I play that instead of Slay the Spire though?
Well, I mean, not everybody has their Switch around 24/7, John, all right?
Isn't Slay the Spire on mobile though?
Is it?
I think so.
I don't think it is. I think that's a false statement.
Okay, maybe it's
false. Fat chat here. Fat chat.
Nope, it's on mobile.
Nope, that's not true.
It's totally true.
I already played that. Why do I play that again? Pirate Outlaws.
Though, Pirate Outlaws.
Listen, whoever comes up with these names,
they're terrible.
I'm straight to the point. Sayonara Wild Heart, you have no fucking clue what that game is, right?
That's what makes it intriguing. I know what Pirate Outlaws is.
That's kind of redundant, isn't it? Like Pirate Outlaws.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Pirate Good Guy.
Pirate Outlaw Criminals.
Pirate Good Guy.
I've also been playing Diablo 2. And here's the thing with Diablo 2. Huge fan of Diablo 3. That's how John and I kind of got close. We met. Diablo 3, it was and still is a fantastic game. Diablo 2 I played many, many, many years ago on the PC. Here's the problem I guess I didn't really think about because I got too excited after Diablo 3. Diablo 2 is still Diablo 2. It's not like they reanimated the graphics. It's Diablo 2. You still have like the old, you move your joystick like a cursor on like the menu screens.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
And then there's a lot of stuff I started remembering in the beginning, like the inventory is kind of a pain in the ass where like if you have a shield, it takes up like 8 blocks of your inventory and you only have so many blocks to put stuff in. It is in that sense like annoying with the inventory. The quests, I remember, since being like an old PC game, there's no really direction on where to go. You kind of just have to find them yourself. It does feel a little clunky, but also smooth. I know that's a weird thing to say. It feels like a PC game that they did smooth out a little bit. And I mean, some of the textures are definitely flat. It definitely has grown on me. I kind of powered through all of that in the first act. I'm about a little over 50% done with the game. I'm in the middle of Act 3. And yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I went with the Necromancer. So I definitely found I hinder myself sometimes on certain battles because I went with like a summoner build. So I summoned like a skeleton army with golems and stuff like that. But the problem is that when you're fighting a boss, I found, and all of your guys die, there's no other people in the area to bring back to the dead.
Oh,
so
you
it's
literally need dead characters.
Like my attack is like 2 damage, and my skeleton's attack for like 80 damage. So it's pretty much useless without my army. And if my army dies in a boss fight, it's like what do I do? So I literally kited for 45 minutes on this boss, and was attacking him with like 2 damage at a time. It took me 45 minutes. It was ridiculous. But overall, I mean, I'm having fun. I'm playing the game. It's definitely it. I guess craves or satisfies the itch of that dungeon crawler type collectathon type thing. A lot of fun. I mean,
so you guys aren't playing this together like you did Diablo 3, right? John's anti-Blizzard right now.
I originally was boycotting, and then I was like, well, I'm open to it, but then like he got it, and he like the first day Drew was like, this I don't like this game, John. I don't like this, and I'm like, well, now I'm not buying it. And then he started playing it, like, so now it's too late.
Well, I had nothing else to play, so I powered through it, and now it's like, yeah, now you're in it, right? Now you have decent armor, and you're upgrading all your stats that I want to keep upgrading them. But yeah, it's the other thing I have to just bitch about is BattleNet in general and Blizzard and how when I created my character, right, you have the option to create an online or an offline character. So if you create an offline character, it means it's on your console. You can't play with anybody online forever. You can't change it. If you create an online character, you have the ability to play private matches in the future, which is perfect. But you could also play online matches, whether it's with friends or randos, in case I needed help or I wanted to farm a boss. The problem is when you select online, it's online 24/7. So it's like one day the server was down, I legit couldn't play. You can't pause the game, just you can't do it. It's online,
right?
And the other problem,
that's true of all online games, though.
Correct, but the other thing that just sucks is like if I needed to go make the kids dinner or something, I just wanted to put it down for 10 minutes. I'm gonna get booted, so I can't just like stop in the middle of a dungeon and put it down for 10 minutes and come back.
You can't hit the home button on the Switch, like the off button. It'll kick you out.
It just it kicks you out. So it's like I almost regret an online character, but I don't, because you never know. And like, what if I did want to join a random party and play? It's just kind of a.
When you were stuck on that boss, how come you couldn't play with some rando online?
So when you do a online match, you say you want to play an online match, and then it gives you which act and which quest you want to do. So I selected Act 2, quest 6, and what it does, it searches. If there's no one else doing that, it creates a game for you. So it created a game for me, but no one ever joined.
Right. I hate when that happens.
So it's like, I tried, just no one ever joined.
You think nobody was playing that character? Or, I mean,
who knows,
be pretty popular.
Yeah, but who knows how they fucking do it? Like, they might do it regional lot into, like, New England. Who knows how I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, Diablo 2, I'm still playing. I'm trying to finish it. It might be one of those, I beat the game and be done. I'm not going to keep playing. I don't know yet. Depends what else is out, but.
I mean, there's probably some shitty game on eShop you can pick up.
Oh, absolutely. I will send it to you. But at the end of the day, if you're a Diablo fan and you play Diablo 3, it's fun. You're going to have the same vibe. If you want to join the Diablo series, pick up Diablo 3. Simple as that.
I've never played a Diablo game.
They're fun. It's a time commitment, but I like it, but I'm a fan. I've always liked them.
I would totally go through Diablo 3 again someday.
Lastly, I've been playing Mario Golf because I had a little bit of an orgasm during the Nintendo Direct, and they came out with a bunch of new stuff, 2 new courses, 2 new characters, and now you have the October for the new skins. So really quick, I'll talk about the 2 new courses. You have like an ice level or snow level. Very hard, very difficult course. A lot of trees that are in unique positions off the tee bots. The layout is very unique, where it's kind of like almost like a snowflake thing, the whole course, and it's intertwined. It's fun, unique, not my favorite course. The other one is kind of like a tropical sunset desert.
Spiky something, right?
Spiky, yeah. I should have probably known the name of him, but Spiky is the main theme, so he's throwing his little spike balls around. Great course design, a lot of fun, loved it. 2 new characters are the Koopa and the Ninja. which we had to look up. They are from Super Mario 2, the little star black guys.
Oh yeah.
But weird choice, huh, Kev? What do you think of going with Koopa? Is fine, but Ninja.
You gotta have Koopa in there. Ninja, but Koopa was like one of the little village people.
Correct. Yeah.
So yeah, Ninja's just out of the blue.
Out of the blue. Yeah. I mean, just an odd choice.
Village people. Sorry.
I think it's fantastic. I love that they're still supporting this game.
Me too.
Like it's monthly. Almost Tetris 99-ish.
Now, but I do wonder, like, why do this major double DLC? Like, we saw new Donk and a new character. Why'd they could have just released one of these. They could have did the Snow Course and Koopa, and I would have been pumped. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's because they've got so much in their pocket. They're just going to unload in your ass every month.
Oh my God.
Spread them.
I'll spread it double-handed for them. Whatever they need.
I want a WarioWare level golf course. That would be cool.
Donkey Kong. We need a like a jungle theme like the old school ones. And then Hambone Johnny and myself, the champion of the Mario Golf League, went at it, and we played like 36 holes of this. It was a blast. I think I won the snow one, and he won the spiked one. But it was a lot of fun. We had some other people join too as well and drop out, so it was a lot of fun. And then I want
to get in there with you guys.
Yeah, and play around. We gotta play. I'll play. And then the new skin this month for October is kind of lame. Colored toads. What are you gonna do? It's easy. I mean,
it's better than a boo hat. It's better than a boo hat.
Is it?
Well, because then you can choose multiple colored characters as opposed to one character just wearing a hat.
Yeah, I feel like it's. I mean, the Yoshi, at least it's a full body transfer. This is like you only change in half of the character.
Just his head.
Just his head. I want a full body experience. How did they not burn out like the Mario in the new Daunt suit?
Yeah, that'd be sweet, huh?
With the hat. Anyways,
just keep hanging in there. It'll come eventually.
Maybe it will.
It's like one guy takes like a half a day to just make it and be like, sweet, DLC's done.
Oh yeah,
the new Donk City course was really cool. Like these courses are just like generic, and it's like I'm not saying they're not fun. I just haven't tried them, but like I'd like to see more of like the themed courses based on like other IP or other games. That would get me back in. This was not enough to get me back in, and I like the Ninja character. I think he's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Did anyone else? I mean, I know you didn't, Drew, but like when they added Koopa Troopa, did you for a second go, wasn't Koopa Troopa in the game already? It's just like a generic character. But when you said he was one of the village people, Kevin, I was like, oh, that's probably why I was confused too. It's because I had the same thing happen with the tennis game too. It was like, oh, these characters weren't there.
But to the point, I think Nintendo's doing a really good job lately in general with introducing these non-recognizable characters, like even like King Bomb and Charge and Shock, like awesome additions to the game that you don't see. And I think they try to do that almost in every, like the new Mario Party will introduce kind of someone like that. And I'm glad they try to do that.
Charge and Chuck was great, especially in the story mode, his personality and stuff. Yeah. That was a great character.
I agree with that. All right. That's all I've been playing though.
Sweet. I think we can get to it, but I think first, Drew, we have a message for our listeners, and I'm curious which one you're going to go with.
Well, I'm going to go with this, John, because Manscaped, 2 million men worldwide, and they sent out a new. I'm going to play real here, folks. I'm going to play real. They sent out their wonderful ad reads for the month of October, and they gave us two options. They said, "Hey, we're going to give you a little flexibility this month. You can go with the horror theme, or with the space theme." It's like, space theme. I'm in the process of reading Ender game. That kind of works, but horror, Halloween, how do you not do it? So I'm going to tell a little horror story about Manscaped. And I don't really like what their ad read was, so I made up my own. And it goes a little bit about this. Everyone knows about the famous Norman Bates psycho shower murder scene, right? All the stabbing through the shower curtain and all the blood everywhere. Well, that's what John's shower used to look like before he used Manscaped products.
Right.
It was a bloody mess.
Bloody mess.
But by joining these 2 million men, and it's right, those little baby scissors.
These very scissors.
That's disturbing if that's true. And now it's like, a love scene in the shower. It's like Boss Baby, smooth baby bottom. And
not a good metaphor.
It's a great metaphor. Anyways, so we have some products.
A baby's balls haven't descended yet.
Well, it depends on the age of the baby. Anyways, join the 2 million men worldwide using Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping. My favorite part, with the code NINDADS, NINDADS. And I believe we have some products here. We're doing a prototype because that's what we do. We do live product testing on air, and I believe Kevin has some as well. John did not come prepared, so I'm going to let John pick his choice of the enemy here. John, I have the Crop Reviver Ball Toner, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, or my personal favorite, the Foot Duster Foot Deodorant. What would you like me to test out tonight?
Ah, boy, I feel like Kevin needs to watch you use the ball wipes.
I've been waiting
I don't have the ball
long
wipes.
for this moment.
The deodorant. There's like multiple ball products. It's amazing how many ball products there are.
I was hoping you didn't pick this one because this is like a cream, and I feel like it's going to get very messy, and I don't have like paper towels or tissues that some might like to use around here. But I'm going to give it a little
shirts
shake.
behind you.
I do. I am in a closet podcast studio. Let me. What does Kevin have? Why I prepare my ball cream?
I also have the Crop Reviver Ball Toner, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, but I brought my Weed Whacker.
Ooh, you didn't do a little weed whacking?
The nose hair, ear hair, anywhere hair trimmer. I love this thing.
So not anywhere.
Let's hear how quiet that is.
Do you hear it?
No.
No.
Is it on?
It wasn't on. This is it.
All right, so Kevin is cleaning his nose.
How does that feel? I haven't tried mine yet.
Oh, have you ever used one before?
I love this thing because it's so compact. It's slim. It holds a charge forever. The coating on it is fantastic. This is the best. I've had a few nose hair trimmers because I'm trying to keep from looking like a party favor.
Yeah,
where your nose hairs just blow out. So this has been the best one by far.
WarioWare game.
Exactly. Tweeze this.
If you've never used a nose trimmer,
listen, John. I'm a young lad.
No.
Hair grown in weird spots.
No, I'm not. You're young and vivacious. You should hold on to that. What I'm saying is, the first time you use one, it is a tear-inducing. You have to get used to it. The first time you do it
COVID
is.
Test?
I don't know, but like it was hard. Like the first few times, it's like you start tearing up. It is not a sensation. You get used to it.
I loved it. I love that pain.
But the Weed Whacker, does it work in assholes?
I haven't tried that, but I have with the ball deodorant. Sometimes you sneeze or cough, and you're like, "Do I have the COVID? I need to test and make sure that I can still smell and taste." So then you just rub your balls. If you have that ball deodorant on it, and then smell that, you'll know you have your smell.
Oh, this is a mess.
And be COVID free.
I still had the little cap on it underneath it.
I'm going to thank Kevin for not demonstrating if the nose and ear trimmer worked on assholes.
Oh, smells like when you turn down the bed sheet in like a hotel.
That's such a specific smell.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to give it just a little squirt here because it is very creamy.
Do it.
This does not sound good for the audio listeners.
All right. There's some right there. Got some on my finger there. I do went with the soccer shorts as usual. I feel like I should have did my other hand. Let me try to move this to the right finger. Okay. Let me do a little application. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Drew stood up. Oh, no.
Little tingle. Little tingle.
A little moist. I mean, you don't really feel much. It's like putting deodorant on. You don't really feel it, but
it takes a little bit.
I like
settle in.
I'll ask Amy later tonight if she smells it, and be like, "Hey, can you smell my balls?" But
did they smell like fresh sheets at a hotel?
So, folks, Manscaped, grab one of these amazing products and
Fantastic. Great
use
products.
the code NITDADS. Get $20 off and free shipping. Absolutely, John. This has been a roller coaster of a ride, but I think it's time to talk some video games and get Sadie on board.
Number 8.
Donkey Kong expansion for Nintendo World. Wow. So, folks, if you have not heard, if you live under a rock, Super Nintendo World over in Japan and now almost open in Hollywood and eventually over in Orlando. There's a DK expansion coming for the time being in Japan only. Who knows what the future brings us? They are saying around 2024, and they're saying there will be a roller coaster type ride. We have to assume
awesome.
minecart, right? That's got to be the obvious. I can already picture some of the rhinos and maybe collecting some of the letters scattered around the world like we've seen with the Mario stuff. Maybe collecting some bananas. So here's my question for you guys. Obviously, this is super exciting as a Nintendo fan. But the Mushroom Kingdom universe, Mario and Luigi, Peach, Toad, even Donkey Kong himself, is a very recognizable people, even for parents and non-Nintendo fans. Now, Donkey Kong, I find that, maybe it's just me, but I feel like you're starting to push the envelope a little bit with the well-known character and creating a whole Donkey Kong Country type land. I mean, what's your guys' thought on that?
I think that Donkey Kong fits right in. Older gamers know Donkey Kong. If you weren't such a babe, you would know that Donkey Kong was there first. I mean, they're right with Mario. So
Jumpman, just with Jumpman.
That's right.
I know.
Yeah, Donkey Kong. I mean, I think he brings in. It's Mario, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man. If you ask anybody, that's like the three well-known characters. I think. John, do you agree? Disagree?
Yeah, I think Drew's off base on that. Like,
everybody
knows.
For sure.
I mean, there's not that many characters in the Nintendo universe that everybody knows. And Mario's one, and I think Donkey Kong is the natural second, even more than Link and Samus. I think Donkey Kong goes way back. And I think you can do a lot of really cool theming. I think that was a big part of the choice, the jungle theme. There's so much you can do with Donkey Kong. And I didn't know about the roller coaster, but that sounds awesome. I hope they have like a real thrill ride. Because that's looking
like
at it.
When they were building the park, I feel like they showed some schematics of the Donkey Kong kart ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I saw something on Twitter where they showed like where the cart would go up and down between tracks, but then it never got built and put in. So now they're doing it. So
do you think they're going to do the mine cart where there's the gaps in the track where you jump?
No way. No way.
I'm sure with technology they'll try somehow. You know, to incorporate something along those lines. I agree. But yeah, they're not going to physically.
Hey, you never know.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't disagree with your point about Donkey Kong being well known, but I think when people think Donkey Kong, they think of the pink bars and climbing up. I don't think people think of Donkey Kong Country with him in a jungle with Diddy Kong and bananas and stuff like that. Yeah. That's my take. I think there will be people that don't see that and say, well, I don't really understand what that is. They might recognize the name on a piece of paper, but
it's okay.
It's the character they're selling there. It's not the cart or the pink bars. They're selling Donkey Kong, the character.
And getting people to know those is exactly the point of the park, right? It's like, oh, now you'll go to the park, you'll really enjoy it, and then you'll go get Tropical Freeze. Now, the question is, if this is coming out in 2024, I think you were about to ask this, are they going to time it with the next game, or that won't matter? The game will be there when the park opens. It doesn't matter.
I would say I don't think they would I don't think they would build an amusement park because of a new game coming out. No. But you did bring up an interesting point with Tropical Freeze. That is a game I never played.
That's a Wii U game.
Yeah, but they made it on the Switch now, right?
Yeah, they did. But like that's how we need a new Donkey Kong game.
But is that worth playing is my point.
Yes. No. What? No.
No.
It's incredible, Drew. Don't listen to him.
It looks good.
The graphics are great.
I watched the trailer with my kids, and they were pumped. My son loves Donkey Kong.
It's hard as shit, man.
Yeah, well, they all are, aren't they?
It's a pretty hard game. I think there's some. I mean, they have
for kids though. Like
no,
I would
who's the
just probably
new
watch.
Who's the new Kong that helps you? Funky Kong. He helps you.
Yeah, they added that in. Yeah.
So no, you should definitely stop playing Ages of Mages to play a real game. I'm shocked. I didn't know you didn't play Tropical Freeze. It's
was
incredible.
never a huge Donkey Kong Country guy, but I mean I enjoy them.
I find them very similar to Yoshi, the Yoshi games. They're not
different.
always about just getting through the levels. They're about going back and getting all the letters, getting all the stuff. So if you play it, you should definitely try to be like completionist about it.
I loved the ones on Super Nintendo. I did not enjoy Tropical Freeze.
Was there any other ones between that gap?
There was one on the Wii. Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Oh yeah.
There's that one. And then
I feel like there's one on 3DS, or they ported
the Wii one, I think. I think they ported the Wii one over, unless that was DS. It's a great series though. The Tropical Freeze is great, yeah.
Anyways, no dates, no insight when it's gonna come to Hollywood or Orlando. There's been rumors that it might not, and they might do something different. Some other type. Who knows? Animal Crossing, Zelda, some of the franchise. Animal Crossing being so big now, who knows? Maybe we'll see some
Fire Emblem. I could really see Fire Emblem in Japan,
stop it.
No, imagine everyone got a bracelet and then you have relationships with each other.
John, nobody wants that. Kevin wants an Animal Crossing parts or to go pit some weeds. That's what he wants.
Animal Crossing probably works too.
I'll take that. Yeah, Animal Crossing definitely works.
You get some bells.
No, I feel like Fire Emblem's like big overseas or something, right?
It's bigger in Japan.
Yeah.
But
is Donkey Kong big though? I mean, Donkey Kong's the same everywhere. All right. Yeah. Anyways, that is Donkey Kong expansion. I thought we have a name for it.
Number 7.
All right, we did an episode on the Nintendo Direct last week, but Drew, you weren't here. Kevin, you definitely were not here. Let's take a few minutes and let's talk about like what did you love from the Nintendo Direct and what did you hate? And what kind of grade would you give it? Why don't you start first, Kevin?
Oh, that was a really good Direct. I think that a lot of people were happy with it, other than maybe the Mario movie part.
What
caused a lot of? I
loved the best part.
Me too. According to the internet, that caused the most ruckus.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved it. I'm cautiously optimistic on that movie. That's people have asked me what I've thought. That's what I'm saying. I'm cautiously optimistic. I think it's a fantastic cast. We'll see what they do with it as far as the story goes. Miyamoto usually has his hands when Mario's out there. He will say yes or no. He's got that final say. So, and he's never done me wrong since I was a child. So
it's true.
I'll make 2 points about the Mario movie. One, I was unsure what it would be like, but when they announced that cast, I was like, this is going to be great no matter what they do with it, because these are some of the funniest people in the world. Number two, they will not release a bad movie. If this movie is bad for any reason, Nintendo will swallow the costs and they will bury it in Albuquerque.
Absolutely.
And that's it. This will never be a bad movie because of what happened with the first Mario movie. So it's a guaranteed, if it comes out in theaters, it's going to be amazing.
100%, but it's still going to get slack no matter how good or bad it is. People are still going to be out there trashing it. You know how people are.
It's the internet.
Maybe. I mean, everyone loves the Sonic movie.
I did.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Nobody
really hated the Sonic movie.
That's my
think
point,
it was kind of split between and it was good. I'm kind
of it was better than I think the problem was it was better than people expected.
Yes.
But in the Mario movie, I agree with your assumptions of it. I don't think they can afford it to be bad. They won't let it be bad. I think people just need to go into this movie. We've heard Mario's voice before. We've seen him in video games. Everything that you hear about Mario's voice, you just try to throw it out the window. Just go into the movie with an open mind and just fun. Right? That's the end of the day. These are the characters we love.
Yep.
The voices might be different, but I don't think that they're going to change the characters too much. It's going to be the same characters we love, just a different voice. put all of that
Except-
aside and just enjoy the movie.
Except
Yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key is Toad.
That's perfect.
Which
So
is going to be
perfect.
like, I have no idea what that character is going to be like.
I love it.
What else, John?
Well, what else, Kevin?
Oh, Kevin, yes.
Like I said earlier, I'm so glad that they threw out the Mario Kart stuff or Mario Golf stuff and was like, here it is today. Let's go. I love that. I love that they're still supporting that game.
Fell out of my chair pretty much.
Yeah. I wasn't suspecting that at all.
No.
I don't care for Bayonetta 3. Let's see what else.
You know, you were great with Wild Hearts in the beginning, and then Life is Strange and Bayonetta, you just back on the shit list, Kevin.
Now, I've never played a Bayonetta game, but I don't like the Devil. I don't like the Devil May Cry games.
Didn't you say to Drew earlier in the episode when he bashed a game, did you even play it? How could you talk about a game you haven't played? And then you just But you didn't bash Bayonetta 3.
I didn't bash. I said I just didn't care. Like, it wasn't surprising. It wasn't. It didn't get me out of my chair like I'm sure it did you.
Maybe I'll ship you my copy. I might ship you my copy.
It got me I'd love excited for you.
Yes, me too. When I saw that, I was like, "Yes, John, yes."
Yes, knowing how hard you got, I got a little chubby.
Me too.
You know.
Yeah, I had to hold the pillow with my family around, like, ooh, I hope nobody sees this.
Drew and I both got chubby thinking of you and your reaction.
I was hoping, exactly. I didn't get chubby because of Bayonetta, because let's be honest, it wasn't too much revealing. I was hoping for a little bit more side boob or something.
A little more.
They covered her up more and more each game.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It makes you want to play less and less.
Yeah.
Not me. They get better and better. I hope so anyway.
What else we got on there? I can't recall.
So we got Mario Party Superstars.
I'm all in.
I am so in. I think this might have to be a monthly mayhem game, especially now that they have the mini game mode, which is great for kids, right? Because my kids love Mario Party, but they do kind of get a little lost in the around the board and waiting when it's not your turn, and collecting a star or losing because of that. So that could be.
My kids play the rhythm game on the Mario Party.
Oh, they like the raft one.
Yeah. It's basically the same thing. There's one right beside the raft one, but kind of short mini game experiences. My kids wouldn't sit through a whole course.
No, but this will be. I'm all in. I'm going to play all these courses. I hope they have some type of unlockables. The N64, I forget which one it was. I believe they had the unlockable story modes, which was amazing. So I'm a huge Mario Party fan. My hands smell like balls. But I can smell them. But
play Mario Party with ball hands.
With ball hands. But yeah, I'm all in on this game. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I love the courses. Horror Land and the Yoshi Tropical one. Those two, I remember those very distinctly. So
I love that it's all online.
Yes,
online play for all.
I'm sure that
John,
online...
you're not a big fan of Mario Party.
Yeah, I'm sure the online will work perfectly.
Did you not have fun back sitting in front of a
John,
Nintendo 64, plugged in 4 Nintendo 64 controllers, playing Mario Party 2?
I did enjoy Mario Party.
Doing grabbing that controller and just rubbing it with your hand, and then you had
it
rubbing it raw
right in the middle of your hand, and a callus forming. Lovely.
Yep, best times.
I could not care less about Mario Party.
Listen, but you're gonna get it because you will.
It disappoints me.
The three of us will grab a fourth, and we're gonna play an online 50-turn game. 12 pack of beer, 50 turns.
Count me in. What else is there?
Oh, Kirby.
Kirby, yeah.
So is this the 3D Donkey Kong game that everybody was thinking? It has to be. That's my first impression.
No,
I think
I don't think people just confuse that. I think it's just a different game. But this is like the first 3D game for Kirby, and
it looked fantastic.
It looked like The Last of Us when they were showing it. Like, for actually a moment, I actually did think it was like some cartoony Last of Us port to Nintendo.
I thought it was Splatoon at first.
Oh yeah, we didn't get Splatoon until after, right? I think that was.
It reminded me of the level in Mario Sunshine. It's almost like the same level with the ruins type with the grass thing growing up. One of my favorite levels in Mario Sunshine, but it looked like it was like the same world. You have no idea what I'm talking about?
No, I know.
I haven't played Mario Sunshine in years. I didn't play the 3D version of it. on the remake, but I've never been a Kirby fan. I will play this game just to try it, but it didn't grab I didn't jump up out of my seat and start humping the couch like you did with Bayonetta. But I'll play it. Yeah. I'll check it out. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, same.
I think it's going to be a big seller because even though it's the Kirby series, it's really not a Kirby game. It's a totally different kind of game. It's like a tactics game. So I think a lot of people are going to try it who haven't done the Kirby games because it's just a different style.
Well, here's the thing. If they're smart and there's no game a month before it or a month after it, it's going to sucker me into getting it and playing it. If they partner this with another big game in the spring, then yeah, I'm not playing it.
I'm thinking it'll be a summer game.
Didn't they say spring?
Did
they said spring?
Did they announce it? Okay,
but it could be very late spring too.
Could be like May for them. Yeah.
Yep. What about you, Drew?
What other stuff?
Yeah. Anything else tickle your balls?
Well, I mean, Disney's Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition.
As much as I thought, as much as I got chubby seeing Bayonetta 3 for John, I got chubby seeing that Disney thing for you.
You know what the weirdest part of this was?
Drew is just jumping up and just humping the air.
The best part of this is that the Mario Golf trailer didn't even end. As almost like, are they putting Mickey Mouse in Mario Golf? It was there was no transition. It was very weird. No, this is definitely grab this game for my daughter. I mean, let her play handheld. I don't even need to watch it, but she'll probably have a blast.
Did you play it on 3DS or because it is on 3DS?
No,
is it a port?
It is a straight port.
Oh, well, not a straight port. They've been taking these games and adding a lot to them, kind of like Metopia, I imagine.
What else you say? We have, let me see, Splatoon. I mean, I guess we have to talk about it. So I unfortunately missed out on Splatoon 2 for whatever reason. I don't know why or what I was playing. I loved Splatoon 1. I missed the bandwagon on Splatoon 2. I am pumped to get back on this thing. Play with the community and play a bunch of matches and stuff like that. So I'm all in.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Because Splatoon's a game you really do play multiplayer for a long, long time.
Yeah, agreed. Kevin, you a Splatoon guy?
No, I'm not. I played Splatoon 2, the demo, and loved it. The trial.
Yeah.
You know how they got you on the Splat trial or whatever?
Splatfest. Or
Splatfest. No, it was before the game came out. You could play a demo of it.
Yeah.
I loved it, but I just never had the time to sit down and sink my teeth in. You know, that's one of those games like John's talked before. You start to play it and then you keep playing it and you come back and you got to win again and you got to do that. Yeah. And that's not the kind of games that I play. I respect them, but that's just not my jam. I loved it. I had fun while I was playing it, but that's not something I'm going to log into every night to sit down and
so tough.
Spray some paint everywhere.
I don't disagree with that statement. I mean, there has to be no games coming out for me to play something like those. But to Splatoon's point, I think the community and jumping online every once in a while, I might join in that.
John mentioned that you would love the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion.
Listen, I blew my load as the biggest possible load you can blow in that game. There's nothing left to blow.
Shooting blanks, huh?
I'm shooting blanks. I don't know what else to do. I mean, I'm confused by these trailers too, and I guess maybe because I don't care enough to look into it. But they definitely have the new characters. What else is the content? If I logged in and I bought this, am I gonna get 30 more little boop 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 boop?
Oh my god!
And then I just oh my no, no.
It's keeping it at 100% right now is the best thing. Don't even let the software update.
No way. Yeah, don't even let it update.
But what about my blue scarf? I could use it now. Or would it be we remove your you can no longer use your blue scarf because you're only at 70%?
Oh. Yeah. No, you got to get a green scarf now.
Oh. What about Smash Brothers? You guys any interest? Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. When's this post? Tuesday?
8 o'clock Mountain Time tomorrow morning.
So you could be listening to this.
I don't play Smash Brothers regularly. I love to play socially with a group, we had such the best time on release day at Julian's.
Yes.
That was one of the best recent gaming experiences I've had. We got together for release day. There was probably 15, 20 people there, and we just rotated 10 player Smash.
And we scheduled that little meetup a little later in the morning just so people had a chance to go to Best Buy, get their copies. Mm-hmm. We had some breakfast, and oh my God, so much fun. We had you missed it, Drew. You weren't there.
You didn't invite me.
I don't know if I knew you.
That's fair.
Yeah,
it was a great time though.
Yeah, it was such. We need
I'll
another game that
Smash
we can do that
and check it out. I don't play it on the regular, but I'll play it when new characters come out.
All right.
And this is gonna be the last one.
Yeah, nothing else is jumping out at me that
Hot Wheels Unleashed, Drew. Hot Wheels Unleashed.
I thought about this, right?
Have you seen the reviews?
No, they good.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
So listen, I think I'm cruised out. I think cruising put a little too much on me.
You 100%ed it. Now you need another one.
But I looked at some of the gameplay. It looks kind of odd to me. You're on the track, right? But I feel like there's no environment interaction on the track. Am I wrong by saying that, or is that accurate?
I don't know. I haven't played it.
It looks a little it doesn't look like there's a lot of I don't know what the word is. It's like lacking something. It's lacking that.
It's got online multiplayer that cruising does not have.
Sometimes that's okay.
Okay.
Are you all in on this?
I'm buying it.
All right, so maybe you can report back to me.
Okay, so maybe you can play it and let me know. But N64.
Yes.
John,
no, we can't talk about that yet. Let's pretend that didn't happen yet.
That was on the Direct.
No. Well, yeah, I think we can talk about it. Should we talk about it right now, Drew?
No, let's
talk about it right now.
Let's step up the intensity. Ouch! Now that was a great workout.
Yes,
Number 6.
Nintendo Switch Online.
There we go. Sorry,
John.
Is
adding the N60. It's okay, Kevin. You don't have the notes. We understand. Is adding a tier that will let you play N64 games and Genesis games. And in one of the weirdest things, they are making not only the N64 controller, which I poo-pooed right before that happened when we went on Nintendo Dads, if you remember, Drew. Because that's a hard controller to just be making again.
Yeah,
but they're selling a Sega Genesis controller, which is nuts.
That's so now. That's why they're making money off the Sega one to build the 64 one.
No, it's bizarre. I think they're $50 each too, which is pretty pricey. But yeah, I mean, not crazy. I mean, that's what these controllers have been. So we are supposed to hear more about it in October, which was weird. They didn't give all the information yet.
What was up with that? There was a lot of that.
Maybe there's some bad news coming, or maybe there's really good news and they didn't want it to get lost. But we should find out late October. But it's going to be part of an expansion pack. I really didn't want this to happen. An expansion pack to Nintendo Switch Online, thereby making it a little more complicated.
Or you can stick with the regular service.
You can, but it's one more thing to explain. I liked it when it was just one service. You either have the service or you don't. Xbox has done this with, they used to have the gold and the silver and the bronze, and now they have the Game Pass, and they have the Game Pass Ultimate, and then they have the Xbox Live, and
So here's the thing. I 100% agree with you. I wish they would restructure it into one price, but here's the problem. They've already told people this is how much it is, and this is, and then people, are comfortable paying a certain amount, right? For me, it might not make a difference. For other people, it might make a difference, right? They can't afford another bill, right? So I get it, but I also hate it, right?
Yeah.
I agree with you, the confusion of it. I think it's one of those is you got to pick your battle. Would people just buy it and maybe not use it, or now people might not pay for it?
So just to clarify, they are making this an expansion because the cost of the licensing of the games, especially the Genesis ones, because they're basically all licensed, they didn't want it to impede on their profits. So this is sort of like a silo you're going to be put in. That's why they're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm paying for the license, then they'll give me GoldenEye?
Maybe. There are
Maybe.
rumors, right? There's a lot of rumors with rare games coming. There's rumors that Diddy Con's coming. So, I mean, if we play online GoldenEye, it's going to be so bad
Have
that it's
you
going to be
played that
awesome.
recently? I know John hates the 64, so I know he'll poo-poo everything I say. Have you played GoldenEye recently?
I can't imagine it's good, but I think that's okay. I think that's okay in this. This is one of those you have a few beers and no odd job and no cave.
That's it, man. That's
in.
it. That's what it's all about. You can't judge it on the graphics, but the gameplay actually still holds up.
I mean, a proximity mine is a proximity mine. I don't
That's
care what it
right.
looks like.
That's
The
right.
frame rate is 8
pointy
on that
boobies
game.
are the same thing as realistic
right.
Hooters.
Yeah.
Can you
Anyway.
imagine? Look, I don't like the 64, obviously, but can you imagine the direct when they announced that GoldenEye is coming to Nintendo Switch Online?
It's going to go crazy. And then
It's
people are going to play
nuts.
it and say, this sucks.
This is the biggest waste of money. Yeah. So, who's buying a controller?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm buying a 64 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem, I actually, big Sega guy, but if I buy one Sega controller, I'll have to buy two because my wife loves playing like Streets of Rage and stuff like that, and I can't spend $150 on 3 controllers. I don't think I have that in me.
That's a lot of dough for 3 controllers, especially for something that you may not play like that repeatedly.
So I'll go with the one N64 controller. Did they say Mario Party games were coming?
I don't think
they
so.
announced one coming.
I think they did. Which I thought was odd, since they have the N64 Mario Parties on Superstars.
I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it's not in the original release, but they said coming. And Mario Golf 64 online.
Oh, you know what that means? Golf League 2, baby.
Oh.
Here we go.
Golf League 2. Buckle up, Hambone Johnny. I'm coming for you.
That's right. And Paper Mario, the original.
Paper Mario, yeah.
I may play that.
That'll be my first playthrough. My wife will. That's the one from the Pizza-thon story I told 2 weeks ago. Remember?
No.
Yeah.
What do you mean? No, you don't remember?
You with your wife. Oh, yeah. I remember.
Terrible co-host.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
I'm actually more excited for the Sega Genesis games, honestly, because they're 2D.
I was a Genesis kid. I never liked that controller. I was always Super Nintendo. The controller, I just liked the controller. That's why I was never an Xbox guy. I never liked their controllers.
I do have to say, I know Marty was all butthurt about the 6-button controller. The 3-button controller is actually better.
That's where it's at, huh?
It is. Yes, it is. It's where it's at.
Why do you need those extra 3 buttons?
You don't.
You don't. Not for Sega Genesis games.
You don't. You can play Street Fighter 2 Tournament Edition with the 3-button controller.
You can, but you can't play it effectively. I'm not arguing for it. I think the 3-button controller is terrible, but it's iconic for the Genesis. So I understand why they're going with the 3-button controller. That's all. But I'm excited to go through all the Genesis games. Because I haven't played Gunstar Heroes.
Got to start with that. I just played that the other day because I have it on the Cider collection.
Yeah, and Contra Hardcore, I did play through that one like a few years ago. That's really great. But I will enjoy going through those games. Shining Force is on there, but they're 2D games. They're not the same gen.
Yeah, there's a few that I haven't played as well, but that's my point. Like, is it worth picking up a controller for that?
Oh, maybe? I mean, if you're going to play the Genesis, no. If you're going to play any of those games, you need to get the controller. Those games are built around those controllers.
No, I'm definitely done the 64 one. That's not even a question.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to play a Genesis game without the Genesis controller because the game's going to be showing you the controller. It's just all designed, and a 4-button diamond controller is going to be weird.
I did it with the Center Collection though on the Switch, and I played Gauntlet Legends the entire game with a Pro controller.
Yeah, it's just I like the natural feel. Got to go with the natural feel.
I don't disagree. So what else? What else you got? How much do you think this thing's going to cost?
$10
I was thinking
extra.
5. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
I'm thinking 10. They're probably paying Sega like $2 for every expansion or something, or Rare, whoever the hell they're paying out, or $1.
I would love it to be 5. I've heard you mention that before, John, but
I've lost my faith in 5.
It's gonna be 10. The other companies are charging $60.
Yeah, and if they charge 5, how long before they can't afford to bring any more games to it. I mean, they really kind of limit themselves.
I gotta ask this because I hate to be negative Nancy, though. I mean, how many fucking retro games do we really need, though?
We
You know
don't
what
need
I'm saying?
these.
At the end of the day, we don't need these.
People, that's one of my biggest gripes. People say, "I want this, I want this, I want this." Then you give it to them, and they don't play it.
Exactly.
Insatiable.
When's the last time any of you logged on to NSO and played like a NES or Super NES game?
Monthly Mayhem.
Yeah, that's right. And when's the last
keep
time
it
we
alive.
did that? We can't even do that recently.
That was in the spring. That was before Mario Golf. That's the last time I played it.
That's my point.
There are still there's a bunch of Super Nintendo games I actually do want to play through, like Demon's Crest. I've never played. But yeah, I never get on there because I don't like using my Switch screen like that's a widescreen and then seeing a square box. That's why I play on the original hardware.
I mean, you and I have played a bunch of games on there every time we go to find a Mayhem game. Well, let's go jump on there. We'll play like 10 different games and see which one we like. That's how we found like the Western game and the shooting game. But you're right. We played Ice Climbers together, John. We've played some, but yeah, I don't know. That's all I got, though.
Forgot what number we were on.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Kevin, this one we're going to give to you to bring a little topic to us. So what do you got?
You know what, guys? Games with multiple endings or more than 2 decisions to make stress me out.
I hear that. Amen.
It's like I'm always missing something, right? I'm a linear gamer, apparently. The only decision I want to make is whether or not to stomp the Goomba or let him live out his peaceful life in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Wow. I say let him live. But how do you resist?
Goomba the dog or Goomba the Goomba?
But I just love having that. You choose this or that and go. I don't like looking back and saying, what if I would have made this decision?
Yeah.
Then the story would have ended differently. And I've got 8 different endings here and I don't know what to do. If I would have rewound time in this particular game I played on PlayStation and talked to this person this way, would the story have played out differently? Life is Strange. But I don't like those. I just want, give me the path.
Kevin,
let me go.
It's even as simple as games like Metroid coming out, right? Like, should I go up or down? Should I go left or right? Because it's like, you know that you're going to have to go back. Touché. But you know you're going to have to go back one way or the other. Do you know?
Yes, you are.
And then in the back of your mind, you're like, shit, how much further do I go down this trail? Because I should have went the other way.
You should have.
I don't like that. I agree with you. I want to do linear.
I know. And going into like the open world games too, where you walk into the map and it's like, bloop, 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 bloop. Here's 50 different things you can go do. No, give me the story. I want to plow through it.
Yeah,
You're asking the wrong guy.
I actually agree.
I know
on,
who I'm
on
talking
things.
to over here.
Like when I first played the original Dragon Age, there was like constant like conversation choices you had to make. That was the first like RPG where I remember you had to make choices of what to say. And it's like, this is like a 50-hour RPG. I'm not going to play it again. So the problem you have is when you make choices, if you're not going to play the game again, it's almost like defeats the purpose because I'll never really know what the other experience is. But if the game is shorter, like Oxenfree is a great example. You make tons of choices in that game, but the game's only like 4 or 5 hours. So you can play it again and see like right away what changes your decision. So it depends on the game, but like, so like you played Life is Strange, Kevin.
I feel like there's a lot of people that agree with you.
Well, so here's my question to you. When you played Life is Strange, there's a character that is threatening to jump off a building. Right?
I only got through the first section.
Oh, what? Wait. Yeah. Oh, on that scene? Or did you
I got out of the school into the schoolyard and I was like, I'm done.
Oh my God. So there is a character that will threaten to jump off a building and you literally have to talk her down. Mm-hmm. And you have to talk her down and it's really interesting because she's going to ask you questions about herself that you have to answer. So really it mattered how much you talk to her and how much you
sounds miserable.
It
how much
does.
you actually
I
go
don't
into
have
her
the
room.
time
That's
for
stressful.
that.
You're playing a game.
Just
that you're trying
jump.
to-
Just jump.
I won't even begin. Kevin's gonna love this, but like you do have to snoop around her room and look around her stuff and read emails from her mom or whatever.
What's wrong with this game?
But this character will actually ask you a lot of Christian questions. And I was not prepared for that. I think Kevin's got it, but like I was like, what? I'm being asked about Proverbs. And she might actually jump, but you might actually save her. And it does actually change a lot of the game. There's entire scenes that you will not even see if she jumps. So,
Wow.
But that's probably the most significant decision or change point in that whole game. Most of them are like other games. It's a little bit of a different dialogue. Maybe they'll say a different joke to you if you choose a different thing.
You want
but
the hot dog or the hamburger?
Yeah, but if a game is too long, then you're never going to replay it. So if you're going to make a game with decisions, you need to make it shorter. That's what I'm saying.
I can absolutely see your point on that. I also say that I'm in it for the escape. This sounds like work, what you're doing.
Yeah. Stressful.
It does. I'm here to get a break from reality, and you're out here trying to save a girl from jumping off a roof.
And then you'd go on the rest of the day like, shit, well,
right.
If I said that to her,
what if I would have
jumped?
Exactly.
Oh, Lord help you if she jumps. It's the most depressing next hour.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I read that. Thinking about that at nighttime, having nightmares. I mean, can't focus at work. I mean, it sounds awful.
It does.
Come on. So what other games have decisions though? Because the only ones I can think of besides Life is Strange and that series, like Tell Me Why and all that, is Dragon Age, and Oxenfree.
Like I said, like
what else?
Just open world games. I fired up. What is that game? The Black Flag, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, fired that game up. Played like the first 10 minutes. You get off the boat onto an island, and here's boom. Dots everywhere. I don't want to go to all these dots.
One dot.
Give me a dot. Maybe two. It's like those open world games with so many decisions.
Don't play Calamity.
Not necessarily the story games with decisions, but you can still have a great story game without multiple decisions.
Monkey Island.
Monkey Island.
I mean, it's like ages of
The Last of Us.
Yeah, I don't
Fantastic story, linear.
Okay, so I never played that one.
Love Last of Us. Love
Ages of Mages. You have
Uncharted. All the Uncharted's. Great stories, no decisions.
Are there decisions?
Take me through the story. Let me play.
Yeah, I don't know, but even if a game has one decision point, that might be enough to motivate you to replay it someday. And I can appreciate that. Although nowadays, what you do is you just
it stresses me out.
Every time I've played through a Life is Strange game, and I've played through each of them like 2 or 3 times, I'll go on YouTube and watch all the endings. YouTube's a great resource for finding the alternatives in a game. So it's like even if you only played a game one time, you could look and just see different cutscenes and stuff like that. Especially the games that have what's the one? Catherine Full Body had like 13 endings. There's no way I'm playing through that game.
Sounds like wasted efforts by the developer. Like you're developing something that your audience may never see, but they beat your game.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
And Catherine's a long game. There are some, like you can reload a save that's not too far, like that's really far into the game, and then just make a few changes and get a different ending. But that might get you like 1 or 2 or 3 different endings, not 12 of them.
I'm going to leave you with this if you've never seen this, because there's a movie out there that does this perfectly. It's what
Godzilla versus Kong.
No, better. Clue. You ever see Clue the movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
So at the end of the movie, they say, here's what happened. And then they said, or this could have happened. And there's like, or this could have, but this is what really happened. And they show 4 scenes, back to back to back to back. Rather than saying, pick your adventure. No, Just give me all the options right then and there. I want to play through it all in a linear way.
Right.
I'm on board with Kevin on this one.
I think Drew and I may be in the minority here because Life is Strange is a great selling game, and a lot of these story games and open world games sell great. So you may be in the majority here, John. I'm speaking for myself, and I'll speak for Drew as well.
You can do that. I'll allow it.
I give Oxenfree a try, especially when the sequel comes out. Maybe that's for you. Because you don't feel like you're making decisions, you're making dialogue choices, and the game is short. But
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how many people really play Life is Strange. It's like it's a few million, but that's it. Just devoted. Let's do it. Monthly.
Number 4.
See, I did it.
You
Drew,
did
say the words.
You fucked Sadie. Oh,
No.
Monthly Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
Our competition ended today. I had a blast trying to do the high scores. It is incredible how high the scores got. Let's go through the rankings now.
I cannot say I had a blast. I feel like I fought with my wife quite a bit. I felt like I didn't want to play video games anymore after this. I did not have a blast, actually.
When you get to the 20s,
your co-op partner?
My wife was my co-op partner.
Okay.
For this one.
She's hardcore too. When you get to the 20s, it is already stressful.
Mm.
All right, so the big board solo competition, we had 8 competitors. Ibicel 14. I feel like he just tried one time, you guys. Like, I don't think that was max Ibicel effort.
I think you maybe tried quite a bit.
In second to last place, Drew. But you did well.
Drew.
43. Look at the gap. 43.
I've only tried like 3 times. I'm not going to lie on this. I didn't try very much.
No, but I thought that was a great score when you did it, but you ended up in 7th place. Noah, I think that's Chris HL 94's kid, if I have that right. I'm pretty sure. Yes.
We allowing that?
46. Yeah, you lost to a child, Drew. Zablanc finished ahead of the child with 66. 5th place. 3rd strongest mole. Great as always. 76. That's my birth year. Bob Cousy with an 80. By the way, when you posted the 80, I thought no one's beating that. Yeah.
My mind. I got to ask this because I've only saw half of that. I mean, what happens at that level of play? I mean,
once you hit, I think there's a boss level at 68. After you pass that boss level, it is on and popping. Like it's boom, 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 boom. I wish I would have taken a video.
I wish I have to watch some. Can we
Are
go
there no
rapid
more
fire?
bosses?
What are the bosses? So it starts with the easy Mario level.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then it goes with the even easier fruit level. Then the
Fruit
third
level,
one is like the water thing with the octopus. That's all I've ever seen. What's after that?
The 68 one is a shopping. It gives you a shopping list.
Oh, that one.
And
Oh my God.
You got to choose the right ones to put in the cart.
Okay.
But it's actually pretty easy, and it slows down once you're like, wham, 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 65, 66, 67. Then you get 68 and it's slow down.
Oh, okay.
I mean, obviously,
So it's only 4 bosses.
There are some rough characters on that game, as y'all have talked about before.
Yeah, there's a few. Let me finish this list, and then I want to talk more about the characters. So that was Bob Cousy with 80.
Yep.
Ninformant put up an 85 just before the deadline today.
Shout out to Ninformant. He tried very hard. He posted many scores. He put in a lot of effort.
Yep. And taking first place is Nintendo Pals Andros with 93.
God
he wins the
him.
$10 eShop card. All right, Drew, we got to get straight with this. I'm going to be straight. Andros, if you're listening, Drew and I did not think your score was legitimate.
We thought you cheated.
We are Mayhem. We're the runners. And so we had to check it. So what was weird about this? Drew pointed it out, right, Drew? That the screen that he had taken a picture of was different than the screens. He was taking pictures of his TV before, and he's usually streaming. But this time he was showing a picture on a Switch Lite, and there was no second place score. This was his only score. And we were like,
very
wait,
weird.
now
Shady.
we have no reason not to trust Andros, but
Sure.
as the judges, we were like, wait, this is really weird. Where's his other scores? And so I actually theorized that if you did a fresh playthrough, I had worried about this when we started the tournament. If you did a fresh playthrough with a new user and just got to the remix level and then did the use all feature, that you could do use all and only have like 7, 8, or 9 characters. So I actually did do that. I grabbed my Switch Lite. I started from scratch. I tried to did as little as possible, got to the remix level. You do have to do all the levels, like the ones on the left and the right.
Yeah,
they're not optional. They're required. And and so I finished that level and I was like, okay, let's see what I can do. But you can't do use all. You have to finish the entire story mode. So this score is legit. He just happened to do it on one try on
God bless him.
His wife's account, I guess. Crazy. Just what a run. I do wonder, though, if playing it on the Switch Lite might have been a little bit easier if you can do it portably.
I thought of that after you posted that. I was like, I should have tried on
Why
the
do you think
Switch
that would be
Lite.
easier?
I'm not saying it would be super easy. I'm just saying he did it on his first try. So like clearly he was more comfortable. Maybe he was more comfortable holding it or something, or it's just a coincidence. Might just be.
God bless him. But I admit it. I had my doubts. I take it back. You're a loyal lad. And
loyal lad.
We run a tight ship. We run a tight. We're doing our jobs.
This
Great
is
job.
$10 on the line, Kev. This is just
$10. $10. That's legit.
Not kibble bits here. $10.
Yeah.
Not even
I
our money.
posted that 80 and I was like, I'm done. If anybody beats this, I'm not playing it again. Have fun. But that was
80 is still a great score.
Yeah.
But you win nothing.
You win nothing.
Oh, that's fine. I still have my dignity.
I don't. I lost a child.
Then we had the co-op competition. Only 4 entrants here. Maybe we're all just forever alone. But I think the solo competition was easier to keep trying than the co-op because you needed to get somebody else's attention. In 4th place was Max Power with 41. This was way closer. Max Power with 41. 3rd place was Andros with 42. I think he said he
By
did
the
that
way, played with his 5-year-old son.
4-year-old.
That's incredible.
That is
42
legit. Yeah, 42 with a 5-year-old. That's awesome.
Yeah, 4-year-old.
4-year-old. There you go.
Got to be at least 4.5, though, right? Like,
well, I just Andros may have carried that one.
Yeah. It was probably a lot of don't move.
Yeah, stand there. I'll take care of this.
In 2nd place is Moi with 45 points.
Who'd you play
led
with?
the way for a while. I played with Cedric.
Nice.
I did try playing with my wife. She wasn't very good at it. And then so I tried with Cedric and we beat our score pretty quickly. So she was she got very stressed out by it.
John, regardless of what you say about your wife, you didn't call her fat.
Yeah, that's true. She can listen to this podcast and know. And in 1st place...
Hey, wait, go ahead. First place.
No, don't steal his moment.
You're right.
In 1st place, Amy with 58 points. She played with her husband, Drew Diffusco.
That's right. Didn't you say with the co-op, like the partners win the money, right?
Well,
The
that's if they know
partners
about
do.
it.
That's what.
Yeah, I'll let her know. I have her email.
What was their score?
No, I don't. $15 though, going to the Diffusco family.
The score was 58.
That's
it's funny.
fantastic.
We were stuck on 47 for a long time, and then it's like you said, sometimes you just hit a groove, and it was like we went from 47 to 58, and we lost on a stupid one, like
that's the
collecting the
worst.
Yoshi eggs or something
That's
that's
the
like
worst.
like the freebie
Yeah.
one. It was like a freebie one, and we lost.
What was the easiest level of all of the remix ones? What was the the easiest
the
level?
one you couldn't lose. I also lost in the nose one.
The one
It really depended on the character.
The easiest level, I did lose it one time because I had a really bad character, but was the high five. Like, there's no way to screw it up too early. They give you plenty of time. Yeah, I think I lost when I had Penny or something.
There's any that I haven't lost. Yeah.
Armpit. You could lose on the armpit one, but
The
that one's
armpit
pretty
one,
easy.
the fat one, it gets faster. Definitely could. Or if you have like the scooter guy.
I never, you know, the one with the dog where you have to spin
fucking scooter guy.
Oh, that's the hardest. That's one of the hardest ones.
I've never did it. I've never
done
beat
it once. Once I think I beat it. The problem is you have to spin it enough in the beginning to get there, but you don't want to waste your time. And then if you don't do it enough, it's the other one that's tough is the little like Jack in a Box trinket toy thing that you have to spin.
Mm-hmm.
But it only has like
you have the guy who swims.
It's got a little peg.
You have the guy who swims, and he just follows that peg around.
But it's a little peg, and if you slip off of it,
yeah, and you have to spin it.
I don't know. I scored an 80. Did you guys score an 80?
Well,
that's just. I'm just speaking from
that swimmer guy moves too slow for me.
And what are the odds you're gonna have the swimmer guy? There's like 14, 15 characters.
You actually need the guy
getting
to shoot. You need someone that's stationary that you just boop 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 boop.
Yeah, those shooters are hard.
So
what are you going to do with your $15, Drew? You're going to buy 17 games?
I'm going to buy Ages of Mages again for Amy. No, I don't know. I told Amy she could have it. You know, with the OLED coming out Friday, she's going to take my old Switch, and I said you can start off with a nice new free game.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a great husband you are.
I try.
Not calling your wife fat and giving her your $15 winnings.
Oh my gosh. All right. I really enjoyed that one.
That was fun.
We're gonna talk about the next Mayhem on the next episode in a couple weeks because first we kind of forgot. We always do this, Drew. We always forget about what the next one's gonna be. Yeah. But secondly, I think everyone's going to be playing Metroid Dread, and it's just not a really good time to try to like convince people to play some like $1.99 eShop title. So we're going to give it a couple weeks. Everyone can play through Metroid, have their fun, and then we'll see what we're going to do after that. But that was a blast.
Yeah, that was super fun. Thank you guys for doing that. I'll speak for the community and say thank you for putting that on. That was fantastic.
And I was happy to like do the work because Drew has been doing the work for like 6 months.
Mario Golf. That was
so you're back legit. On it, Drew. I want you to
I'm ready for Golf League 2. I did everything's ready to go. It's all formatted.
We could always do it, just like not even do a full Golf League for a Mayhem, but like just a course. I don't know. We've done that with Mario Kart where we've done like a selection of tracks or something like narrow.
Well, I'll do
maybe a ninja competition.
I would do Golf League 2, but do like maybe 4 weeks if for the N64 game. I think we did get 20 people to do it or 10 people.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God. Please no.
Number 3.
All right, we have a bunch of questions for the show. We are about 2 hours in here, so as I go through these questions, let's go quick. What do you say, guys?
Let's go all night.
Yeah, you can go more than one word.
Let's do it.
First question, I stole this from the CU podcast. It comes from Kane Mac 84. Thanks, Kane Mac. We're answering it on our show. Would like to know your take on what makes a Halloween time movie good. Many are silly and moody, and some are creepy and atmospheric, but there are many things in between. And this is a Drew question, I know, because he loves Halloween, but I want to hear both of you. What makes a good Halloween movie?
I think there's 2 things, depending on what you're looking for. I think there's the spooky aspect of just the Halloween theming, right? So if you love, like, there's a good, I'm going to say there was that Hoobie Halloween, the Adam Sandler movie that came out last year. Loved it. I loved the set designs and everything about it was just fun. It was comedy. Actually, I probably wouldn't let my kids watch this. There are some creepy parts, but loved that movie for some reason.
And it had lots of SNL people on it too, which was my favorite part. Yeah,
it's correct. It was just a blast. And then if you want to get into more of like the actual scary things, what I think makes a good scary movie is stuff that's in a way realistic, right? You look at some of the other movies like, the sci-fi-ish type ones or demon ones or stuff like that. Maybe they're not as believable, or even the ghost ones to certain people. But when you have stuff like, if you ever seen the movie The Strangers, where it's like just random people might break into your house on a night just because they wanted to, that shit is what fucks you up. There's a scene in that movie where they're sitting on their couch watching TV, and they have this guy who broke into his house literally just standing about 10 feet behind the couch staring at him. So you have like the camera from the TV looking at the couple on the couch with just the killer standing behind you. Like
Right.
if you're watching a movie and you're looking over your shoulder, they did something right, and that's just creepy. And that's the shit that is, if you're looking for like a creepy, spooky, like shit your pants, that's what it's got to be, that realistic type stuff. So those are my two, depending on what you're in the mood for. But that Hoobie Halloween thing, like that's a movie I'm gonna be watching every Halloween now. Me and my wife. Like, that's just a tradition. It's just fun.
Go! Yeah, got to saying there. How about
That's
you,
my
Kevin?
take.
I completely defer to Drew here. I don't watch scary movies. I like leaving the movie theater feeling good and happy and not looking over my shoulder scared. I do not do horror at all. Luigi's Mansion 3 is what I'm playing, is what I'm going to this Halloween season.
You know what it is? I think I've told you guys before, when I worked in the movie business, I've worked on horror movie sets, specifically with Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger. So I worked on a movie with Robert Englund, and once you see a lot of this stuff and how these movies are made, to me, like when I watch those type of movies, I'm like, oh, like that there's a camera guy or there's a sound guy literally 2 feet away from Michael Myers or Freddy Krueger, and to me, I can dissect the movie that way. So I don't know. I look at it as more of an art form and like a fun form than anything. But I mean, the creepiness can still creep you out. Don't get me wrong.
I saw The Ring for the first time a few months ago. I had never seen it, and then I found out Naomi Watts was starring in it, and I love Naomi Watts. So I was like, oh, so I'm gonna watch it, and I loved it to death because it was like not any of those things. There were jump scares, but not too many. It was creepy, but like there were legit things to be scared of. Because sometimes movies try to be too creepy and they never really give you anything, sort of like Blair Witch Project. So it was like this perfect mix of everything in one movie. And I loved the story. Like when I finished the movie, I actually was going on Wikipedia and trying to like read up on the plot more. So it was just kind of everything that I'd want. I can see why they were good movies. I actually want to see the sequel, but I don't know where.
That's cool
at the moment. But that's
I'm going to leave the fans with this one. If you're looking for a spooky, creepy Halloween movie, it's not great, but it's unique. Trick or Treat.
So, no, doesn't that have like a bloody pumpkin on the cover or something of the DVD? Come on, man.
Hey,
we're scaring
Trick
Kevin
or treat.
I should go on forever.
You can, Drew, but you shouldn't.
I should.
All right. Second question. Do you think Nintendo should allow 2-hour... Oh, that's how long we've been going. Do you think Nintendo should allow 2-hour refunds on games? If so, what if you can finish a game in under 2 hours? What do you think, Kevin?
I don't agree with that at all. I know GameStop has a thing that has like a 72-hour play this game and you can return it. I haven't agreed with that either. Remember when we were young, you bought a game, you were stuck with it.
Yep.
You rented a game from Blockbuster for the weekend, you were stuck with that game for the weekend, then you could return it. There's no playing a game and beating it and returning it or not liking it and returning it. You're stuck with that. There's enough research out there now where you can look at reviews, look at YouTube videos to where if you're on the fence about a game, look it up and then do or don't buy it. But there's the returns. People take so much advantage of that. It's BS, man.
I agree with this. Not at 2 hours though. I've always said that they should give you an hour, just an hour, and it should be only digital games. Definitely not physical. That's ridiculous. 1 hour, that, or if they can detect your playtime, if you've been playing for less than an hour. I don't know if Nintendo was worried that somebody could figure out like how to game the system, but I feel like sometimes you get a game, sometimes it's very crashy, or sometimes like this is not for me. But you give them just enough time to be able to like see it, but not enough time to beat it. And maybe for the really like, maybe if the game is super cheap or if the game is super short, that you can't do that. But for example, like The Witcher, if I play The Witcher for an hour, Nintendo knows I played for an hour, and if I really just didn't like it, then clearly I'm being authentic and I want to return it. I think it would hurt bad games, games that have really good trailers that are really bad. But I would love to see even like a half hour, just like for legitimate reasons, a half hour is enough time to go, whoa. I'm not in on this game. So I would
If you would have played Skyward Sword for the first 30 minutes, would you have bought it?
No, I mean, would I have returned it though? No, I mean,
we're talking about digitally. Like, can you really return a digital game?
No, but in other words, you basically can't. It's not available on your account anymore. They would negate
I think
it.
we're just talking about demos, right? I mean, essentially, it comes down to is a game having a demo or not?
No, but because demos often are like middle of the game. Like this, we're talking about from the beginning of the game, the full experience.
Listen, I am so against this. I couldn't. I don't know. I think. I mean, Ages of Mages would be out of business. Everyone would want their money back. But
no way, man. I'm all in.
I think you would have so many small dev companies would not be able to support this, and people like Kevin said and you said, there's too many assholes out there that would just want their money back or try to power through a game or just find a loophole, or I don't know. I'm very, very against this.
They could put a limit on your account. They could say like 3 a year or something.
But to Kevin's point, there's so much research and let's plays and trailers and videos and reviews and articles. Like, just do your research. If you're stingent on $10 or $20 game, then yeah, just do your research.
Okay. That question came from Mr. Mega Man Fan. Thank you, Mr. Mega Man Fan.
I like that question.
Is that Marty? All right. Next question. This is from Liam D. So this is now actual questions directly to us. Wondering what your call is on working during flights. I feel like I have to be diligently working whenever I'm flying on a business trip, unless it's a late night or a red eye. But I have a friend who said that he sleeps, games, reads, etc., since the travel is part of the work. You guys travel for work? I know Drew does.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, here's my thing. As even a supervisor, I don't give a shit what people do. Obviously, you got to follow the rules of the company. But if you get your work done, I don't care what else you do. And that might be a negative thing to say. Like, I don't care if you work 4 hours a day. But if in those 4 hours you work your ass off and you get everything that you need to do to get done, I don't care what you do those other 4 hours. Right. I hate to say that in a negative way. I mean, if I'm on a flight, like, I never would feel obligated that I have to bring out my laptop or do emails or read something and highlight it. Like, if I choose to do that, maybe I would. But on a flight, on a work flight, I'm bringing my Switch out. I'm watching a movie. I'm going to listen to a podcast. Like, I don't know.
Working on a flight is weird too, because the chairs, especially if the person inclines, like getting work done, it's just not comfortable. You don't have any kind of desk or anything. Like if you're typing an email or a document, maybe, but as like a programmer, it's like, I'm not going to code while I'm on a flight that's shaking and I don't have my books or anything like that. So play your Switch.
I think that's a great way to view it, Drew, is to say, if you get it done in 4 hours instead of 8, that's great. You got your work done. This question tore me because at the same time, like, I don't find a lot of time to get work done with my free time. So I could use that flight to get some work done if I needed to, which is it's bonus time. So I could take that if I needed it. But at the same time, yeah, I would love to just play the Switch. And I usually do just play the Switch, sleep, especially I used to freak out over flights. So I'd drink a 6-pack, fight Guy Fieri, and get on a plane.
Here we go.
Zone out on the Switch. But yeah, if you need that time, I mean, it's basically free time. Jobs, I don't feel make you work on the plane. So use that how you wish. If you need to get caught up on work, use it. If you need to relax and take a break, use that.
I'd be curious. Is Liam's job telling him he has to, or he's just thinking out loud? That's interesting.
I'm curious too.
All right, next question. Outside of the Nintendo Dad's media empire, what podcasts do you listen to, gaming or otherwise? This is from Max Power. I'll take this one first. I listen to gaming, politics, and sports. Those are my 3 go-to podcasts. Used to be a Disney podcast I listen to as well sometimes, but it's now defunct. So just going through my list, I've listened to, there's a local Broncos podcast, Game Pass News, Shay Anything, if you're a Mets fan. and the Mets in the Morning, a really good Mets podcast. Nintendo Power, that's Nintendo's official podcast. Usually okay. They usually talk about a game or whatever. It's not like Inside Baseball or anything, but it's good. I think my favorite video game podcast is CU Podcast, which is why we reference on the show. That's Pat the NES Punk. And I have a murder podcast I listen to as well. Anatomy of Murder.
A lot of fucking podcasts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, I mostly listen to podcasts while I work. And then if I do like errands around the house, like vacuuming or I mow the lawn, I'm listening to podcasts. So they're just kind of always there. So yeah, I'll listen to all the other. I listen to Nintendo Dads. I listen to all the Nintendo Dads ones. I don't always get to them all because there's so many video game podcasts, and a lot of times they're talking about the same stuff. So it'll be like I have to cut it off at some point, and I listen to some different content. But yeah, there's just so many good podcasts out there. How about you, Drew?
Yeah, I don't listen to as many, but I do very few video games actually. I do the Nintendo Dads and I actually do the Nintendo Power podcast one every once in a while, depending on the topic. But I get in grooves of like episode or TV shows when they come out. So, for example, like when the Mandalorian seasons come out, there's a really fun one called The Mandalorian 30 Questions. And I love it because I love the format where they do rapid fire 30 questions about the episode. And it's stuff that you maybe missed or stuff that tied into the other lore. So I'll do stuff like that where I find, I get really into an episode or being a TV show and I'll listen to some stuff. I started listening to a newer one called The Friendship Onion, which is, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, this is for you. It's Billy Boyd and Dom Monaghan. What's his name? Monaghan, something like that. Anyways, they're the ones that play Merry and Pippin in Lord of the Rings. They're just two class act guys. They have a lot of guests on. They do like an Eden segment. It's just a fun hour episode. And then I'll do a book on tape every once in a while, probably maybe once or two a year, and try to like an older book or something, like a big time classic that I never read. But that's what I do. What do you, Kevin?
That's great. I really want to get into the books on tape. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah,
the Audible subscription or whatever it is. Yeah, tape, right? Like there's tape that exists.
My problem is it took so long. I find that I just buy them on Apple Audio. So I'll just buy them. They might be like $15, but it might take me 2 months to listen to it sometimes to finish it.
Yeah.
So.
With my work, I drive a lot. So I've got a lot of free time to listen to things, but I only listen to 4 podcasts. I tried the Nintendo. What did you guys say? The Nintendo Power.
Oh yeah.
I found it a little boring. I don't know. I couldn't get into that one, but the 4 podcasts I listen to are Nintendo Voice Chat.
Oh yes, that's
IGN's.
a great one.
Yeah, I've started listening to Nextlander. Some of the guys from Giant Bomb broke off and made that, which is good.
Wait, they broke off of Giant Bomb, which broke off of GameSpot?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Apparently. I don't know how all that works, but they're not really biased. So yeah. I vibe with that. Fantasy
biased.
Football Now.
I just listen to those guys. That's a good one.
Yeah, I listen to that.
They still try to sell you on everything, though.
Who you got on the waiver wire?
I don't know. I don't buy anything.
I thought they were the ones that wanted you to pay for the pits and all that.
No, they don't. No, this is the ESPN Matthew Berry, Field Yates.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. And then the Dads After Dark. I am the biggest Dads After Dark fan. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there for all you listening. I'm the biggest fan.
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
you're our best guest.
The best podcast out there. You guys make me laugh. I tune in every Tuesday morning or whenever John puts it out. It's entertaining. I agree with most everything you say, but that's it. I'm your number one fan.
So what do you do tomorrow morning? Do you listen to us again?
Probably not. No.
Yeah. I don't.
I'm sick of y'all by now. I do want to say though. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you can click on it and play it and just put it somewhere so we can get the view, that would be great. Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah. I'm trying to spread the word. I'm trying to get you guys out there. I'm sorry I poo-pooed your talk about the TV talk. I just don't ever watch TV. So you guys talk about TV. I'll still listen.
All right. Appreciate it.
We can still do it. We still got 2 more entries on this list.
Oh, fantastic. Can't
We
wait.
talk about the many saints of Newark.
Can't wait.
All right. Final question. No, we got 2 more. What are you guys going to do all day when you retire? This question is from Bon Jalanko.
Huh.
Yeah. Like
That guy sounds sketchy.
When our grandparents and parents retire, go to retirement home, right? They do shuffleboard. What are all like the stereotypical things? But our generation's going to be like playing video games. We're going to be doing LANs. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to retire and go into a home. But when you retire, let's say you retire, let's see, what's the ideal? 65. Let's say you retire 65 years old. What are you going to do with the rest of your life? And I don't want to hear traveling. Like everyone says they're going to travel.
Yeah, I'm retiring. 65.
I'm putting it in right now. I'm retiring at 50.
How many years is that?
8 years. I'm right there with you, John. Right there with you.
What's that?
I'm retiring at 50, and I'm going to get stuff done. I mean, I don't want to sit around and play video games. I don't want to sit on my ass. I want to go out and mow over frogs and toads.
Yeah,
and stomp snakes. Have my yard look beautiful. I want to do things. I definitely, I just want to take, travel's the easy answer, but I want to take care of my homestead, make it look really nice. I have so much to do around the house that I can't get to now. When I retire, I'm going to do it.
Yeah,
I like it. What about you, Drew?
Bad. I mean, this is an easy answer for me. Golf. I mean, I'll be golfing every day.
Oh man,
you are going to be the stereotype.
I should have picked that.
Yeah, I kind of already do it, but I'm going to do it more somehow.
Well, you get all the work day, like the daytime. You don't get to really. Well, you take tons of PTO. You're off all the time, actually.
Well, that's not fair to say, is it?
No, you're constantly like, oh, I took today off. I'm going golfing. I'm bringing my son with me. I'm doing this. It's like
taking Friday off to get my OLED.
Yeah, exactly. You have an amazing amount of PTO.
That is fair to say. That's a compliment, Drew.
Yeah. I've got a ton of games. I have most of the NES collection, GameCube, whatever. I'm going to play all the crap that I've put on my shelf over the years. I'm going to play some of these Switch games that are still sealed on my shelf.
How is that any different than what you do now?
Because I can play even more hours. I'm going to play every game on Game Pass. I'm going to make that a goal of mine. I'm going to beat every game on Game Pass at a moment. So if they add a new game, I have to go through it. Yeah. No, a lot of games. And chess. I love chess. I have a chess book right next to me. See? And I love chess, but I just get so little time because I prioritize the gaming. But I'm going to be I want to tour the country doing chess tournaments in different states and stuff like that. I think that's
super cool.
Yeah. I'm going to be the old guy at the chessboard.
That's awesome.
Final question. Gamer chicks, hot or not? Do you prefer gaming with your spouse or joysticking it solo? This question is from Cobb Boozy. I wonder who that guy is. Gamer chicks, hot or not?
Well, I mean, who here can say that they've never Googled or Pornhubbed gamer chick?
I haven't.
That's not true.
Hot chick playing Call of Duty. Right, yeah.
Kevin's doing it on his wife's work computer right now.
It's right now. I've got my cell phone right here.
Yeah, Zelda porn. I mean, there's
gamer chicks are hot, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Are we
gamer
talking
chicks
about,
are hot. But when it comes to your spouse, like you said, you got in arguments over WarioWare. Like there's a thin line between hot and argument. My wife and I play Puyo Puyo Tetris, and we brawl. Yeah. Like it's a competition. That's not hot.
That's fair.
That's a wrestling match.
I don't think it's the gaming part. I think it's, and I don't mean this in a negative way, it's just the gamer chick stereotype. That's that little bit of that emo cosplay that's like, that's not who you want as your wife, but that's like who you want to meet in the back alley.
Right, yeah.
It's that fantasy. Yeah. So I
Yeah,
think
you wanted
that's
me
why
to
it's
chick dressed up as Pikachu in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
It was like, oh yeah. She's dressed as Pikachu. In the bathroom? Why the bathroom though?
I don't know. He said
What's
back
going on?
alley. I just picked the bathroom.
Yeah. Better than a dumpster.
That's true.
All right, you guys, that was fun. Let's move on to a very important topic.
Number 2.
Friday is Metroid Dread Day. God, it feels like it came so fast from when we found out Metroid Dread was coming. Simple question. Who's playing it? Are you excited? Are you taking the day off? What's the plan?
Made my little pre-intro poem. I will not be playing this game.
You said you've never played a Metroid game.
Well, I think I played the original Metroid, but I'm not a Metroid guy.
But probably not to completion or anything. You weren't a dad who finished at the time. That's a hard game to finish, by the way. That's a game you get lost in.
To Kevin's point, I want a linear game, which Metroid is not. You get it, Kevin?
I have pre-ordered the collector's edition.
Oh,
I will try it, but I'm not gonna be a dad who finishes, I don't think, unless it really draws me in. But I will definitely give it a shot. I will give it the old gamers try, but it's on the way. I should have it. So
you should. What might help you, Kevin, is a lot of people are going to be playing it at once. And if you run into trouble, it's not even like looking it up. You can just ask in the Discord and probably figure your way through. So this is a unique opportunity for you.
But I don't want to ask for help.
Yeah,
I want to figure it out myself.
I don't think it's about asking for help. It's
But
about
you're not
motivation
gonna
to push through.
Right.
You can't say I'm not going to finish it, but I don't want to ask for help. I want to do it myself. That's weird. Is that weird?
That's like saying if you're in bed, do you want help and take Viagra, or do you want to get it up yourself? You want to get it up yourself. There's some.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, but if you say
I'm going to give it the old college try, but if I don't, I don't need any.
It's not going to happen.
Right. It's just good. It's sleep time, baby.
Oh man. Well, I have had mixed. I did not really enjoy the first Metroid. I did not enjoy Super Metroid. I needed a little more handholdy, and that's why I think I like Zero Mission and Fusion. They'll actually show you where you need to go. And so, yeah, I don't love all Metroid games, but I love the Metroid series. I've played a bunch of them, and I cannot wait for Dread. It looks so good. Every time they put out like a trailer, it like gets me even more hyped. And then we've seen people talk about it, that people who have played it saying it's going to be incredibly good. I think this could be like a game of the year type candidate, just from what I'm hearing from people who've played it, but I haven't played it myself. But
that's
I did.
my other problem with it. I have to watch like 9 hours of video footage to find out what the fuck's going on.
No, you don't.
That's what it seems like.
Well, I took Friday off just like you, Drew. I took Monday off just in case I'm not done with it. I'm going to try to get through it pretty quick. But
are you really? You're going to try to just marathon through it?
I don't. Metroid games aren't really that long, actually. So, yeah.
Monday's a holiday for us. 4-day weekend.
Oh, no, you get all the weird holidays.
Columbus Day. Good old Columbus.
But
yeah, it'll take me a month.
And it comes out on the same day as our next topic.
And number 1.
Thank you, Sadie. I wait patiently for your voice before I move on to my number 1. The OLED Switch. Should I say my poem again? No.
No.
OLED Switch. I mean, we're all getting it. I think that's a given, right?
Are we?
I ordered my dot condom the other day that goes on the dot. You guys. I think John, you turned me onto them.
I don't agree with the dot condom.
Why?
I don't agree with the dot condom.
Here's the problem.
I've never scratched my Switch putting it in the regular dock.
You got to be super careful.
It's like saying you've never caught your dick in the zipper of your fly. We've all at least done it once.
But when I do, I enjoy that. When I scratch the Switch, it just happens.
Listen, I have my Switch is like in like a little, I don't know, a little cubby typed in my TV cabinet. So I kind of have to like lean it forward to pull it out, and you need the tandem.
Are you getting the white OLED?
Yes.
So you're going to cover that beautiful white dock with a damn condom.
Well,
yes, you're covering it, but you won't scratch up your OLED, which could be really important because we don't know if that's going to be more scratchy or not.
Do you use a screen protector?
No.
Oh, maybe you do need a condom then. I have a screen protector in all my Switches.
That's no different than a condom. It's just we're using different versions of birth control.
But it's not covering the beautiful dock.
It's like using a condom or using the IUD. The IUD is better, but not everybody has the IUD. So some people have to use the condom.
Fair enough.
Some people are
do
snipped,
you, brother.
Some are snipped. I did it with a condom on this one.
Are we still talking about docks?
No.
I didn't think about it because I'm getting I don't know if the dock is a different size or a different layout. I think it'll work. I'm just gonna pack up my red Switch and dock, so I can reuse my dock condom, which is I still have my Zelda one. I agree with Kevin though that it does take away some of the beauty. I'm not a huge fan of the white, but it's just like a different dock. Everyone's been staring at black docks for so long.
I don't disagree. I want to look at the white, right?
Right.
But I mean, sometimes we're done. Do you want another kid? No. But you want it to feel good? Yes. You gotta pick your battle.
And what if the OLED screen is really scratchy? Like I said, we don't know yet, so that's a little nerve wracking.
So with that topic, I gotta ask John. I've been asking this for years.
I
still have my original OG. I have a nice Nintendo branded SD card waiting for me still in the package. The star, the yellow one. What do I need to do correctly? And you know what? Let's not make this about me. What do the fans need to do out there to make sure they properly save everything on the original Switch and move it to their OLED? And for me, I'm keeping my original Switch for the family, the wife and the kids. Maybe a couple games I'm going to leave on there for them. I don't need to transfer over. What do I need to do to my account? What do I need to back everything up? What's the best method here?
It's not the easiest process. I'm very familiar with it though. So I would say the key things are before you do anything, like just even now, make sure all your game saves are saving to the cloud. Just because you have Nintendo Switch Online, it doesn't mean that all your games are saving to the cloud. If you go to the Save Data Cloud on your data management tab in the settings, you'll see that a lot of games will say there's a conflict because there's a different save that might be newer online that you need to resolve. Which one do you want? So you're basically out of sync and it can't merge them, right? Sometimes games aren't saving. I don't know why, and I don't know if they still do that, but sometimes games just aren't saving and you have to click the button to get it to save to the cloud. So just go through, clean it up, make sure all your games are saved to the cloud. The next thing you're going to do is when you get your new Switch, keep your old Switch. So if you were planning on trading it in or whatever, don't. Make sure you transfer. Transferring your game saves is the best way because all your cloud nonsense won't mess you up. Plus, there's a lot of games that don't save to the cloud, like Splatoon, and Animal Crossing and all that. So what you want to do is just go through they'll walk you through on the new one when you start it for the first time. And they'll tell you what to do on your old one. So you're going to transfer from the old one, which will be the source, to the new one, which is the destination. It'll walk you through it. It's really easy. All your game saves are on your SD card that's inside your Switch, not your external one. So you want to do that. It's going to move the account to the new Switch. It'll ask you if you want to copy it. I just always move it. Now, what you have to do is take that new SD card, put it in the new Switch. It's going to reformat it. And then you have to download all your games again, all your digital games.
From the eShop?
Yes. So what you do is you go to eShop, you click on your icon in the top right corner, and then you click re-download. That's the entry on the left.
Can you select them manually?
It'll show the whole list, yeah.
It'll show the whole
pick which
list.
ones you want?
Yep. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click the little cloud icon next to each one you want. Yeah. I hate that excuse me. I hate that all the demos you've downloaded show up in that list. I wish there was a way to delete them. But you can do it however you want. I always make sure that your Switch is downloading overnight. Just like make sure it doesn't run out of games. You can click all the ones that you want to download and it'll manage it. It'll stop downloading it if you're playing or whatever.
It won't do.
I like
It
to
will
do it in
only do
waves.
so many.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
there's a limit? I don't
There
have
is a
millions of
limit.
games anyway. I'm not like you guys.
I had a bad SD card one time that was gumming it up. And so like for a little while I was like trying to do just a few at a time. But in the end, it was a bad SD card.
But back to my new SD card.
Mhm.
I need to, first of all, go into my current Switch and make sure everything's saved into the cloud.
Yep.
But then should I put my new SD card in my current Switch and save stuff to that as well? Or
Well, when you put the new card in, it'll reformat it. If you take the old SD card and move it to the new one, it'll reformat it. It's always going to reformat it if it's
It'll
on a
wipe
new
it.
hardware.
Yeah.
There is a way with a PC to copy them to your hard drive, and you can like avoid using the eShop. But that's a whole different process. I don't
So
like
what
to
is-
do it. I like Nintendo to control it.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm confused then. So what is the SD card really doing for me?
It's just storing all the digital games that you've bought.
It's just storing the
Right.
digital games. So all the save games should be the cloud. And all it's really doing is saving my digital games.
Also,
yeah,
the biggest thing that I forgot, changed switches several times. Your screenshots. I usually lose when I transfer
I don't
systems.
care about that. Yeah.
Really?
You
don't
can
want to,
save
your
them
saved
sometimes.
hole in ones. Your first hole in one on Mario Golf, you're going to lose forever.
Right. I did an
Yeah.
albatross tonight, actually.
There
With
you
Koopa.
go.
All right.
So
that's-
any special screenshots you want, or the pictures you want to save those to the? Can you save those to the cloud, John?
You can move the screenshots. You can, but you can actually move the screenshots to your local SD card, the internal memory, and then they'll actually transfer over. I've never actually cared enough to get that process down. One time I transferred and I had my screenshots. I was amazed.
That's awesome.
But
So
if you
I
put them
don't-
on your external SD card and then you move it and it erases it, then they're gone.
So I don't
So-
have to do anything with my new SD card. Just put it in my new OLED and just make that my new SD card of that Switch.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then for the current Switch, how is that going to work for my kids and wife? Like if I leave certain games on there or don't, you know what I'm saying? How does that work? Should I leave my account on that Switch too, or no?
That
Yeah.
gets complicated. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, you
copy
can have your
over.
account on both switches. You want your primary to be on your OLED account.
Yep.
But then if you're not playing your OLED, then they can play any game they want under your account on the old Switch.
Okay.
But if
Well,
you turn on your OLED and start playing a game, it's going to kick them off more than likely.
I figured I'd keep a lot of games on my original, like Clubhouse games, even Animal Crossing, stuff like that. That
Yeah.
I'm probably never going to play again. And if we do, we'll play as a family. So it's like I'll have them both hooked up to the TV. So
And that's
Yeah.
your Animal Crossing. If you want to transfer your island, you have to download the island transfer tool if you
I'll
want.
just leave it.
Okay, just
Oh.
leave it. Bless their hearts. Your islanders are screaming out. I can
That's
hear
right.
them now.
My 7-year-old can pull some weeds for me.
I
There you
want to
go.
see this, Kevin, because he's not going to transfer the island over, and then they're going to say in like October when we get our direct, they're going to say, "Oh, there's a Mario Golf expansion to Animal Crossing."
Yeah. Now you can play golf on
And-
Animal Crossing, and he's going to have to
Yeah,
start a whole new island.
Well, I could still play it. I just use my other Switch. Wouldn't use my OLED.
You would lose,
like
but
having a
you would have
Switch
lost
Lite.
your island.
That's
You'd have
true.
to start from the beginning.
Why would I
if he
lose
played
it?
on his old Switch, he could
Oh,
do it.
old- yeah,
I
you
guess
could do that.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
If
your
I'm
island
playing on
would
the
be there.
TV, it's
Once
irrelevant.
you play this Switch OLED, you're not going back to the old Switch.
Agreed. Handheld.
I know that you're excited about it if you're buying it because you don't buy new Switches. You
I
still have
know.
the OG launch
Yeah.
Switch. This one's coming out. It's going to blow your mind, and you're not going back. You're going
I
to pick
agree.
up that old Switch and be like, have this, kids. I don't even
That's
need a
it.
sock dock for this. You can have it without a condom. You can
Wow.
raw dog this Switch.
Well, so I mean, besides the screen, we have the new kickstand,
care
better
about that.
audio speakers,
That'll be good.
double the storage space, and the dock. So I didn't know this. The dock, the back of it, instead of a hinge, when you open it, like the hinge, you can actually take it off. So I think that would be a little easier sometimes when you're messing with the cords. And
On
then
the
of
old
course
dock?
it has a different space for the cords to kind of come out of it. So, because I know like on the existing dock, there's like a small hole. It's on the left side. And so if your wires are going down, they kind of drag down on the hinge. And
you can take that hinge off too on the old dock.
You can take it off. This one is just kind of designed to be more easily take it off, but you're right. You could take it off. It'll just feel like something cruddy, but this you can take off and put it back on instead of hinging it down. But anyway, besides the screen, I'm really curious to see how cool the screen is. I've heard it's really cool. Are you excited about any of the other enhancements to the OLED?
I'm excited about the 64 gig internal memory. Woo! Come on, it's double the internal memory. You don't need that big of a memory card, Drew.
That's right. I bought that one a long time ago too. I just never did anything with it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the screen, not only the screen quality, but the screen size, right? 25% bigger. That's amazing. And then the audio. I'll tell you what, I'm playing Diablo 2 now, and like I have to turn it up to almost max. And I don't know if that might have something to do with Diablo. But some games I've definitely noticed the audio is weak.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear how the audio is. I usually play with headphones, but not all the time.
Yeah, and then for me, the battery, right? Because I have an old school. My battery lasts about 2 to 2.5 hours. Depending on the game, but that's not great.
Oh, the battery's gonna blow that old one away.
Oh yeah, yep. So I'm excited for that.
Yep. You're going to notice that too.
I'm excited for you, Drew.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. I mean, I wrote a whole poem on it.
I'm excited about the kickstand too. I haven't seen where the SD card goes in. Is it still the same kind of spot?
I think it's the same place.
Okay.
I know they changed it on the Switch
right
Lite.
Under the little.
Yeah, the Switch Lite, they kind of changed it and they made a special slot for it that is there, but I think it's the same. I don't see why it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see I remember when I got my Switch, on launch day, and you just don't know what it's going to look like until you play it. And I was like, wow, because we were used to 3DS graphics at that time. And now I feel like we're about to get the same exact experience again, where you see the same games you've been playing in a different way.
Yeah.
I don't know what games that I'll want to see. I think somebody asked this question on Twitter, like, what games are you excited to see on the OLED screen? I know Drew's going to say Mario Golf just because.
I've saved Toem for the OLED.
Ooh, Toem's a gorgeous game.
Yeah. I'm saving that to play on that.
Mm-hmm. And Metroid Dread obviously is going to be a game that.
I'll tell you what, a 25-year-old PC game's not going to look too fantastic.
Hey, Ages of Mages is going to glow in all of its shitty glory.
That blue mage is going to look amazing. All right, let's wrap it up here. Wait, John, no, that's your line, Drew. You're supposed to wrap it up.
We are wrapping this up. And before we wrap it up, I have to say, Kevin, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, sir, for spending almost 3 hours of your evening with us. It's been a blast. I'm glad you came.
I've had such a good time. Thank you guys for having me back on the show. The first one was a betwixt, so I didn't get to do it with Drew, but now I'm here in full effect, and it has been, I've looked forward to this for 8 years. 8 long years. Here we are.
One day there'll be a Switch.
Thank you guys. I love you guys. My favorite show. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. But before we have Sadie wrap us up, John, what do we have coming up the next few weeks?
We have a very big next couple weeks, starting with tomorrow. Tomorrow, we not only have our Smash Brothers final character. Don't you dare yawn while I'm talking here, Drew.
I can fucking yawn if I want to yawn.
Don't yawn for the launch of Waluigi and Smash.
11 o'clock at night here. I'm tired. Waluigi,
Could be Waluigi. Come on, Lara Croft. Final character is going to be revealed at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 10 a.m. Eastern Time. There has been no leaks. Very excited to see what it is. I feel like Sakurai would be the best character. But yeah, we're going to find that out tomorrow. Also tomorrow is Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
It's kind of fun.
I think the eShop version comes out tomorrow. The physical version is delayed till Friday. So you have to wait a little bit for that. speaking of Friday, we've got a lot of games. We have Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania coming out. And we have Tetris Effect Connected coming out. We also have Metroid Dread. We also have the Metroid Dread Amiibo Pack. We also have, and we know what it is, the Metroid Dread Nintendo Switch Limited Edition with OLED screen. So much coming out. It's gonna be one of those party days at Best Buy, and you go do your pickup. And it's like, what'd you get? So Friday's a big day. Disco Elysium comes out October 12th. Is that Tuesday? Yeah, the digital version only is October 12th. I don't think the physical version comes out till January.
Are you playing that?
I want to play it, but I'm going to wait for the physical version, so I'm not going to play it now. What about you, Kevin? Are you going to play Disco Elysium?
No.
It's a choice-based game.
No, I will not.
You make decisions.
It looks pretty, but I'm not going to play it. It looks interesting. Is that the one that kind of looked like a choose-your-own-adventure game there on the Direct? You
make decisions.
My wife said, wow, that looks like a choose-your-own-adventure game. I said, well, you play it then.
Yeah.
It was one of the games of the year when it came out. So
yeah. Animal Crossing fishing tournament this Saturday.
Is it real? Oh, my God.
Just throwing that out there.
That's crazy. And then October 14th, we have Jackbox Party Pack 8 coming out.
When is that?
October 14th. So that's Thursday. Yeah.
Awesome.
I love Jackbox, but I thought I would play a ton of it during the pandemic, and we only played it one time. It's not
hard
as fun
to play
online.
over the airwaves. There's better options to play wireless party games. If they would have made that, they missed an opportunity to make that online multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because if you want to play it online with friends, you have to kind of mess with Zoom, and I wish they would just include it in the game and make it really easy.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do that. They would have killed.
Oh yeah, easy.
God, really think about that, right? Who runs that?
Oh.
I mean, even if they spend 3 months coming up with an in-house way to play that game with friends, holy moly.
That would have,
Like you could send to someone's cell phone from the Switch.
But they need to see the screen.
You need there's a main screen.
Send it to their TV.
Right.
We did it with Zoom, where we had a Zoom. I had to pay for a Zoom subscription for a month.
There's a delay there.
There's a small delay, but Zoom, was it Zoom or was it another one? Not all of the those kind of software you can play the audio from the computer, but Zoom did let you. So it was like a few seconds delay, but you could play the audio directly. But then we had a different computer for our camera for us, so we had 2 Zoom accounts going to do it. But yeah, if the game
that's
just would
way too much
share,
work.
Yeah,
that's way too much work.
Yeah, so they should have invested a little bit of money and made that easy. They didn't. That's why Among Us became more popular during the pandemic.
That game sucked.
Yeah, we should make that a topic. We should talk about Among Us.
I liked it.
And Fall Guys that never came to the Switch in the summer.
Yeah, that didn't happen. It's got to come.
It is coming.
It's not coming.
I'm shocked we didn't hear that.
When it comes, it's going to blow up.
The next Direct.
It will. I'd read. I'll play it.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all we got.
That's it. Well, as you say good night, John, I say good morning.
And I'll good morning, Wood. If you're listening to us in the morning, good morning, Wood.
Good morning.
Otherwise, good night, folks.
The Dads After Dark show is a part of the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts.
Can you do that on your asshole?
You can subscribe to us anywhere podcasts are available, including iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher.
Oh, I didn't hit the record
Be sure to
button.
join us on the Nintendo Dads Discord in the Dads After Dark show channel for some naughty After Dark talk.
Ooh.
Follow us on Twitter at NDadsAfterDark. Ask us a question, and we may answer it on the show.
We always do.
That's all for tonight. Good night, Dads. Sweet dreams.